This is a real person seeking a solution to a real problem.
Hi, welcome to the Good Feet store. I am at a breaking point with my feet, knees, hips, and back.
Then she was personally fit with Good Feet arch supports.
I definitely feel the heel-to-toe walk. I feel less flat-footed. I didn't notice any pain in my back. That's not an exaggeration. I definitely didn't think that something like this existed.
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Cool nights start at Ashley's Stars and Stripes mattress sale. Right now, you can save $500 off new mattress arrivals like the Tempur Breeze. Plus, pay 0% interest for 60 months. For better sleep and better savings, visit your local Ashley today.
Thank you, Davidson, for 22 years at LEX 18.
Count on LEX 18 News.
Gunfire rings out in the early morning hours of Independence Day. Going to reveal what Lexington police discovered when they arrived on the shooting scene. Plus, from rules on fireworks to safety savings tips, as well as event previews. Along with a look at what's open today, we've got you covered for all things 4th of July. And if you're still wondering what to have for your 4th of July dinner, look no further than the barbecue favorite, which is this day is dedicated. This is LEX 18 News at Sunrise, and it starts right now at 4:30 a.m. Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for watching LEX 18 News at Sunrise. Happy 4th of July, everyone. I'm Davidson, joined by meteorologist Tom Ackerman with a look at our forecast.
And your forecast for the 4th is about what you would expect.
Right.
Warm, muggy, and only slightly unsettled. Just the slightest chance we may have an isolated shower, thunder shower out there later on today. I'm sure you noticed the quieting down, I guess, the forecast, the simmering down of the forecast, because we've finally broken that stretch of just stormy and unsettled weather. Now, as far as the max track goes, there's a little clutter out there this morning, and the map in motion does show every great once in a while just a hint of an isolated sprinkler shower trying to take hold. And we can see that into the afternoon, and we talked about this yesterday for today and more than likely tomorrow as well. Going to be a narrow window into the afternoon with daytime heating just strong enough to pop up some cloud cover and as well isolated showers, possibly a rumble of thunder. But notice how limited the coverage is, and it's mainly during the afternoon. So throughout the evening, for any 4th of July festivities that are going on out there, it's just going to be a typically warm and muggy setup as you expect in early July. It's 70 in Lexington. High should get into the mid to upper 80s today, upper 80s near 90 tomorrow. And then we get back into that more unsettled phase. A rising shower and storm chance Thursday. Friday, we'll check that out, and the next 8 days.
All righty, Tom, thanks very much. We are sitting at 4:32 this morning. After Sunday's storm devastation caused widespread power failures, we've been keeping an eye on reported outages. Let's get an update now from poweroutage.us. A significant improvement since we checked yesterday morning, but still more than 12,000 customers without power in Kentucky, including about 9,800 in Fayette County. Stay with us all morning. We'll be sure to bring you some routine updates. We're getting a new look at the severe storms ripped through Lexington and other parts of central Kentucky on Sunday. Check out this dramatic video taken by a resident on the city's south side as that storm hit. High wind, heavy rain pounded the neighborhood, knocking out power to about 20,000 homes. Falling trees took down nearly 24 power lines across the city. Firefighters also responded to several blazes sparked by the storm. Well, as we continue to clean up from the mess caused by Sunday's storm damage, you can stay weather aware with our free Storm Tracker weather app. Download it from your device's app store. In other news this morning, we're going to get to some breaking national news. 6 people have been shot. 4 are reportedly dead in what is called a shooting incident in Philadelphia. Police are saying someone opened fire last night in southwest neighborhood of Philadelphia using an AR-style rifle. Investigators took the suspect into custody, who was also armed with a handgun. Suspect wore a bulletproof vest and had several magazines of ammunition and a police scanner. All 6 shooting victims male. The adults who were deceased range in age from 20 to 49. 2 children were also shot. One was only 2 years old, the other 13. They are listed, though, in stable condition at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Investigators have not released a motive for the shooting at this time. Also breaking overnight, here at home, a woman has been taken to the hospital after being shot in Lexington. Police responded just after 1:30 this morning to Georgetown Road near Ironworks Pike for a report of a shooting victim. When officers arrived, they found the woman who was suffering from a gunshot wound. Officials say she's expected to survive. No suspect information, though, at this time. This incident remains under investigation. A ban on one of horse racing's biggest names is being extended. The company owns the Kentucky Derbies says that their 2-year ban on trainer Bob Baffert is being extended through the end of 2024. Baffert's initial probation from races at tracks run by Churchill Downs Incorporate was set to end this month, but the company is saying Baffert has continued to show disregard for rules, regulations, safety, integrity, and fairness of horse racing. Baffert was first suspended after his horse Medina Spirit was stripped of a Kentucky Derby victory 9 months after the 2021 victory. Kentucky Horse Racing Commission confirmed a lab found the horse had tested positive for an illegal substance after the race. Baffert continues to deny drugging the horse on purpose. 4:35 here on Sunrise. Fireworks sales are expected to reach record levels this holiday season, but safety experts urge caution as the explosive devices can be extremely dangerous, even deadly. The Consumer Product Safety Commission is reporting many of those hurt by fireworks in the month around July 4th last year were children. So if you plan to set off your own fireworks, experts do say to first make sure that they're legal in your area. Also keep a bucket of water or a hose handy just in case of a fire. Light your fireworks one at a time, then move back quickly. You should never try to relight or pick up fireworks that haven't fully ignited, and never use fireworks when under the influence.
Last year, we had at least 11 deaths associated with it and over 10,000 trips to the emergency room with fireworks-related injuries. Fireworks aren't toys and they're not for children. They're burning at 2,000 degrees, it's like a blowtorch.
Well, with all of that in mind, experts say the safest way to enjoy fireworks is to leave them up to the professionals. Consumer Product Safety Commission also is reporting to beware of illegal fireworks. The agency says last year, about 43% of fireworks tested by their researchers were found to contain illegal parts, which could severely hurt individuals. Well, going off what we just said about following local rules, well, there is no state law banning fireworks. Many cities have restrictions. Here in Lexington, rule is if it goes up or blows up, it's illegal. Only fireworks that can be used are ground and handheld sparkling devices like sparklers or ground spinners and fountains. Bottle rockets and firecrackers, not allowed. 4:36. You may not think of Independence Day as a massive injection into the economy, but it kind of is. Wallet Hub compiled some numbers and figured out Americans plan to spend $9.5 billion in food alone for the 4th of July. Some of that will go to the 150 million hot dog eating folks on this day. Another $3 billion will go to beer and wine, and $6.5 billion to American flags. Americans will drop another $2.7 billion on fireworks. Bills from emergency room visits, though, for firework mishaps weren't part, though, of the calculation. 4:37. If you're still considering what to have for dinner today's holiday, we'll ensure that you at least have one suggestion. Of course, July 4th is Independence Day, but it's also National Barbecued Spare Rib Days. Yum. Celebrating it just requires cooking and eating, and National Day Calendar has some tips for those grill masters out there. It suggests choosing ribs with meat all over the bone instead of just on one side. It suggests cooking them over low indirect heat using tongs to move them. Website suggests adding sauce when about 40 minutes of grill time remains, and then resting the ribs when they're all done. After that, dig in and have plenty of wet ones because you're going to make a mess. Well, Lexington will celebrate Independence Day all day long today, beginning with the Bluegrass 10,000 at 7:25 this morning. There will be 4th of July Festival and Market with live music from 10 until 3 at the Courthouse Plaza in Tandy Park. 4th of July Parade is downtown at noon, and then finally 10 tonight, Lexington's 4th of July Fireworks Spectacular. It's going to launch from Main Street and Oliver Lewis Way. You can find out about other 4th of July festivities going on in the Bluegrass on our website, LEX18.com. It is 4:38 as far as what's open and what's closed on this 4th of July. Most major groceries like Kroger and Walmart going to be open as usual, but wholesale retailers are going to be closed or at least have alternate hours. So make sure to check if local businesses are closed or have those alternate hours before you head out. Most bank branches across the country, of course, closed. NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange will also get the day off. U.S. Postal Service will be closed and won't be delivering mail, and non-essential government offices will be closed thanks to the DMV or things like the DMV and public library. Also remember, trash is not collected today. 4th of July celebrations already started in some states. In Milwaukee, thousands gathered for a lakefront fireworks show. This year's fireworks launched from a roped-off section of Veterans Park as opposed to barges on Lake Michigan. Milwaukee is one of the largest fireworks shows in the surrounding states. In Minneapolis, Red, White, and Boom Island celebration featured patriotic drone show in lieu of fireworks on Monday. Lasers came from 10 small machines, each with the power to light up an arena. Spectators had to watch the show from Boom Island Park as the lasers did not go as high as fireworks. In Ohio, Red, White, and Boom, the largest fireworks show in the Midwest, returned to downtown Columbus. Fireworks were set off from the east bank of a local park. It is coming up now on 4:40. In other news this morning, CPR helped save an NFL player Damar Hamlin's life earlier this year in Cincinnati. Now he's making sure others learn this life-saving skill. Buffalo Bills safety helped kick off the New York Yankees' 14th annual Hope Week yesterday with a CPR training session at Yankee Stadium. You just might remember Hamlin suffered that cardiac arrest during a routine tackle on Monday Night Football in January of this year against the Bengals. First responders jumped right into action, saving his life by performing CPR and using a defibrillator right there on the field. Hamlin later threw out the ceremonial first pitch ahead of the Yankees game against the Baltimore Orioles last night.
It makes me feel like I'm doing my part, I'm making an impact of changing the world. People being able to see them come out here and learn CPR, it'll have a big trickle effect on the rest of the world.
Well, Hamlin was joined by Sarah Taffet, who went into cardiac arrest during a softball game when she was a student at Fordham University. Her life was also saved thanks to CPR. A winning Powerball ticket is now worth an estimated $546 million. It was previously worth an estimated $522 million, but nobody won the jackpot in last night's drawing. It marked the second time this year the lottery's jackpot has climbed over $500 million. No one has won since April 19th. The next drawing is tomorrow night. Powerball ticket costs just $2. Wow. I might have to get me one.
Might be time to get in on that.
No.
Hey.
You only live once, right?
Hey, we're hitting the jackpot weather-wise, at least. We've got a typical forecast, warm and muggy. Slight chance for showers and storms. We're going to get into it.
All righty, and airports across the country continue to rebound after this past weekend's travel mess. But stay tuned to hear why experts think we could have more trouble on the way. But before we head to break, this is a bittersweet day because
it's your last day.
It's my last.
22 years over that of service to the station and community. We've got some surprises planned for Dia this morning, so you're going to want to stick around.
Every day is new and brings with it experiences that will stay with me for a lifetime.
You want clarity in healthcare, and for medical imaging, you want a clear idea of your cost. Bluegrass Regional Imaging can save you hundreds compared to local hospitals with no surprises. For CT and PET CT scans, contact Bluegrass Regional Imaging, your clear choice in imaging.
A mystery.
Jesse loves playing detective.
But the real mystery was your irritated skin. So we switched to Tide Pods Free and Gentle. It cleans better and doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
And it's gentle on her skin.
Tide Free and Gentle is EPA's Safer Choice certified. It's got to be Tide.
Who says you can't get everything you want? Like going for bold without going broke. And staying true to your taste while staying on budget. Who says rising costs means lowering the bar? Settling? No need. Get the brands you want, the prices you want, whenever you want. TJ Maxx, where you can always afford to be you to the max.
You can't leave without cuddles, but you also can't leave covered in hair. With Bounce Pay, you can cuddle and brush that hair off. Bounce, it's the sheep.
Reese's Furniture has been serving Central Kentucky for more than 60 years with over 50,000 square feet of designer home furnishings, lighting, wall art, floor coverings, and more. All in stock and ready for delivery. Reese's carries brands such as E.J. Victor, Theodore Alexander, C.R. Lane, Bernhardt, Jonathan Charles, and many more exclusive brands. Reese's Furniture is your destination for the best selection of in-stock designer furniture and accessories. Reese's Furniture, open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. East Bernstadt, Kentucky.
When you smell the amazing scent of New Gain Flings, time stops. And you realize you're in love.
Steve!
With a laundry detergent. New Gain Flings. Seriously good scent.
LEX 18 wishes you a safe 4th of July.
4:44, Monday served as the dress rehearsal for the annual A Capitol 4th concert in Washington. 2023 marks the 43rd year for the American Independence Day celebration on PBS, with musical and guest stars alike performing and entertaining not just across the country, but around the world. This year's celebration includes performances by Boyz II Men, Belinda Carlisle, and military bands, and is hosted by Carlton himself, Alfonso Ribeiro. Muppets of Sesame Street are also set to make an appearance, and he's always going to be Carlton from the Fresh Prince.
Oh, heck yeah.
Doing that weird dance, right?
The Carlton dance.
The Carlton dance.
We've got an Independence Day this year that's about what you would expect, which is good news because I tell you what, it was a rough weekend. We're still recovering from that. There is some clutter on the Max track, but also if you pop off to the northeast, right up along the river towards Maysville there are a few showers that have developed. So we're going to be dealing with this as well. It'll stay very limited, but it could be a nuisance, especially into the afternoons. Some stray showers, even isolated thunder showers. We cannot completely get rid of that chance, but it's fairly low. There's no big driver to get widespread showers and storms going. The one that did over the weekend, that cold front, long gone now. So we've got some updates on the storm surveys from Sunday. 2 confirmed tornadoes from the National Weather Service out of Lexington, or out of Louisville, I should say, in Anderson County, in EF1 with 100-mile-per-hour winds, and as well in Casey County, a very short-lived one, an EF1 with 105-mile-per-hour winds just west of Beach Bottom there. And, of course, you don't need me to tell you, we got swamped. Our 3-day rainfall totals in Lexington, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it was about a month's worth of rain. We had over 5 inches of rain. I've had a number of viewers from other locations say they were closer to 6-7 inches, and it just all depended on how many rounds you had and how heavy it was. But it was a lot of precipitation, and now we're getting a chance to dry out. Minimal rain chances. We didn't see much yesterday. We're not expecting much today or tomorrow. But then Thursday, Friday, we've got our next front coming in. That is when our next more significant, at least more widespread chance for showers and storms will get rolling. So here's the LEX 18 Storm Tracker Future Track for today, right there into the afternoon. This is getting in around early mid-afternoon. Isolated showers, possibly a rumble of thunder popping up. So if you're going to be out for your 4th of July afternoon, keep an eye out for those. They'll diminish into the evening, especially after the sunset. So by the time you get to fireworks time, or even if you're having backyard barbecues, you should be in pretty good shape. It'll be warm and muggy, but it should be quiet. Tomorrow, rinse and repeat. We'll have isolated showers, thunder showers firing up into the heat of the afternoon, diminishing into the evening. And then here comes your cold front. That'll be the driver behind the next round of active weather. It'll drop in here Wednesday night into Thursday morning, so we may not see much get going until later in the day, Thursday night, and possibly some lingering showers and storms into Friday. Historical Independence Day weather, the warmest ever. We missed 100 by 1 degree back in 2012 there. Coldest ever, 50 degrees back in the 60s. This year, yeah, exactly what you'd expect. Warm and muggy, isolated showers and storms by late afternoon, early evening, and then by the time the fireworks go off, partly cloudy skies and highs probably upper 70s to some folks may even hang into the low 80s that late. 72 now, the dew point's up there. We're in the 60s. It is still muggy, and we're going to see highs hovering right around our normal, upper 80s today and tomorrow, and then that bump down, as you would expect, as we see that rising chance for showers and thunder showers going into the upcoming weekend. We'll see them back off. So they'll rise Thursday, Friday, take a break Saturday, pop back up late in the weekend, early next week. And notice highs are still running right around or slightly below normal, low to even mid-80s. So no big heat waves coming anytime soon, and on again, off again shower and storm chances throughout that 8-day. That is just too cute.
Is that too cute? This is my daughter. This is the reason why I've been out, everybody. This is Rainier Devon Smith. And she's just so cute. She's going to be 8 weeks old tomorrow. Isn't that right, Daddy? Yeah. So we wanted to come and say hi to everybody. Everybody's been so nice and has been asking about her and saying, we haven't seen a picture of her. So I asked if we could bring her in today and show her to everybody. So this is our little bundle of joy that we wanted to share, and a new member of the LEX 18 family.
Believe in hope, in willpower, in work, in seeking, in screening, in knowing, in treating, in dedication, determination, and we're getting through this, whatever it takes, in bravery, in breakthroughs, in beating the odds. Believe in a cancer-free future for all of Kentucky. Believe in Markey.
Whatever we do together.
P-Rats.
I got your back.
Shop the best selection of Sealy and pressure-relieving Tempur-Pedic with layers of life-changing sleep, software you want it, and firmware you need it. And with up to 6 years special financing and free express delivery, your best sleep begins for around $1 a night. Bigger selection, better financing, free faster delivery. Your Tempur-Pedic and Sealy headquarters. Nobody beats P-Rats.
I got your back.
Shower and bath remodeling made easier and more affordable than ever. BJ, tell us how you're doing that.
Joe, at West Shore Home, we're dedicated to transforming homes using the highest quality products on the market. And right now, we're having a huge 4th of July sale. We're offering payments as low as $99 a month. So you can get that shower bath remodeled without breaking the bank.
Wow, so you're saying no need to scramble around trying to find the money up front. You can have that new shower bath installed, use it, and get it for only $99 a month. That's pretty incredible.
That's right. I mean, people love this option because it's completely risk-free and allows them to get the project started right now.
BJ, thanks. Folks, call West Shore Home for this limited time offer. Knock out that project now, because for a limited time, you can get your shower or bath for as low as $99 a month. And on top of that, if you call in now, get $1,500 off from now until July 9th. If you're in need of a new shower or bath, stop putting off that remodel and take advantage of these great savings by calling the experts at West Shore Home.
You're watching LEX 18 News at Sunrise.
It's coming up 4:51. It's Independence Day, and many Americans have faced obstacles getting to their holiday destinations, especially if they were flying. The Transportation Safety Administration is reporting it screened a record number of air travelers over the long holiday weekend, but there has been a lot of turbulence for passengers, both in the air and on the ground. And as aviation correspondent Pete Montine explains, there may be more ground stops and delays in the days to come.
From severe weather to record-setting crowds, July 4th air travel is being put to the test. Friday, the Transportation Security Administration screened the most people at airports ever, 2.88 million, followed by 2.5 million people Saturday and again on Sunday.
There's always situations, but this one is like, I would have to say, it's one of the worst. It's been kind of a disaster.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg tells CNN that delays are down after last week when United Airlines canceled more than 3,000 flights and delayed another 8,000, more than any U.S. carrier.
We're watching more potential for severe weather. That's what touched off all of these problems about a week ago. Things look like they have quickly returned to normal for the system, and United also appears to have recovered.
In a new memo, United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby says he's had constructive conversations with Buttigieg and is committed to a partnership with the Federal Aviation Administration, which he initially blamed for delays. Kirby says United will also reassess its schedule at its massive hub in Newark, which even he shunned last week, admitting to and apologizing for flying on a private jet from nearby Teterboro.
This is not the week leading up to July 4th that the airlines were hoping for.
For now, the Federal Aviation Administration is tracking even more severe weather, warning of ground stops for flights bound to more than a dozen airports on the East Coast.
But I think that your odds are a lot better of an on-time arrival this week than they were last week.
The next test when travelers begin making the return trip after the holiday. Right now, the TSA is on pace to meet its forecast of screening 17 million people at airports nationwide through July 5th.
Even when I've been on other shows here at LEX 18, being there when everybody's starting their day, it's a privilege.
Made from scratch biscuits rising, hand-breaded chicken frying, 100% Angus beef burgers charbroiling. Just a few of the ways Hardee's handcrafts goodness in the making.
Did you know that every load of laundry could be worth as much as $300? Really? And your clothes just keep getting more damaged the more times you wash them. Downy protects fibers, doing more than detergent alone. See?
This one looks brand new. Saves me money. I'm starting to like Downy.
Downy saves loads.
From dance classes and baseball games to summer vacation and graduation days, there are a lot of times of your life. And with the longest lasting vehicles, your Toyota will be right there with you. Like the best-selling RAV4, the perfect size SUV. The electrified RAV4 Hybrid can take you 580 miles without having to recharge. Now, during Toyota's Time of Your Life event, get 3.99 APR on a new RAV4 or 4.99 on RAV4 Hybrid, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance. Toyota, let's go places.
The WNBA is on Ion and Friday nights are jumping off. This week, the Las Vegas Aces take on the Dallas Wings. Coverage starts Friday at 8, only on Ion. Sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
My name is Cheryl Heverlesko, and I am a Family Choice Home Care customer. They provided care for my mother during her illness for about 6.5 years. My mother's condition meant that she would be better off if she could remain home and age in place. And Family Choice gave us the opportunity to do that and to maintain her dignity at the same time. I would highly recommend Family Choice Home Care. They were family. I entrusted them implicitly.
Hardee's 2 for $5 breakfasts bake goodness into your morning. Choose a biscuit with sausage and egg, biscuit and gravy, or French toast tips. Any two, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
You're watching LEX 18 News at Sunrise.
It's 4:55. The U.S. Supreme Court has ended its term with several dramatic decisions that are likely to echo through much of the country, especially in higher education. From affirmative action to student debt relief, the new rulings are all raising questions about the real-world implications. Mike Valerio explains what these critical conditions could mean for you.
As the proverbial dust settles around the United States Supreme Court following a contentious term, the immediate consequences for everyday Americans are becoming more clear.
The Roberts Court these days is more eager to overturn older precedents than any court we've had at least probably in the last century.
In striking down affirmative action programs at Harvard and the University of North Carolina, the court effectively determined colleges and universities can no longer expressly consider race in the admissions process.
It prevents our higher education institutions from using a tool that helps promote diversity on campus.
And while the court suggests the impact of an applicant's race in their life can still be taken into consideration, and proponents of ending affirmative action say it makes the process more fair, many fear diversity in higher education will suffer in the long term.
I'm very concerned about the morale that that's going to have on our minority youth.
For those who are already in or have gone to college, the court also struck down President Biden's student loan debt cancellation program, a win for Republican-led states and conservatives who claimed it was illegal.
We're talking about 40 million Americans that are going to be crushed by debt in just a few months.
As the administration works to find a new approach to debt relief, the 3-year pause on loan repayment started during the pandemic is soon expiring. Borrowers will have to resume paying their federal student loans in October, with interest set to begin accumulating again in September. The White House says, however, it will offer a 12-month on-ramp period for borrowers who are re-entering payment. I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dia Davidson. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, and I'm back for another round. I hope you will stay with us. This
may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Are you tired
Tired of clean clothes that just don't smell clean? Downy Unstoppable's in-wash scent boosters keep your laundry smelling fresh way longer than detergent alone. If you want laundry to smell fresh for weeks, make sure you have Downy Unstoppable's in-wash scent boosters.
Commonwealth Credit Union is growing and hiring. If you have a passion to help others, come check us out. Our mission is to better lives in the communities we serve through financial products and services, leading-edge technology, and a commitment to treat every person with respect. If you'd like to join our team, visit our website to learn more about our extraordinary culture, pay, benefits, and the many more reasons we are voted the best place to work in Kentucky. Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
They remind us of the wonder of living. And the power of quiet moments that put life into focus. The mountains are calling. Plan your next memory at Gatlinburg.com.
When the Murrays discovered Gain scent beads, they fell in love with the irresistible scent. So did their dog Roger. Gain scent beads keep even the stinkiest stuff smelling fresh.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
LEX 18, streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device. Count on LEX 18 News.
Coming up, we're live in downtown Lexington this morning, previewing all of the 4th of July celebrations happening in our community. Plus, the information you need to know to stay safe when shooting off fireworks to celebrate America's birthday. And tips on how you can save some dough this 4th of July when it's time to fire up the grill. This is LEX 18 News at Sunrise. Continues right now. It is 5 a.m. sharp. Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for watching LEX 18 News at Sunrise. Happy 4th of July, everybody. I'm Davidson, joined by meteorologist Tom Ackerman with a look at our forecast.
Forecast, what you would expect. Hot. It's warm. It's muggy. Yeah, you could call it hot. Upper 80s, near 90 today and tomorrow. And just an isolated shower, thunder shower out there. So 4th of July, you get what you get in early July, and it's usually warm and muggy, and that's exactly where we're heading. Now, this is a look out through our Pepper Rickhouse Distillery District camera. This is a look at the max track. There are showers running up around Maysville. There have been a few popping up there along the Ohio River, so there's a chance that you could see isolated showers this morning. Into the heat of the afternoon, that'll be the best possibility to see those isolated showers, thunder showers popping up. Look how limited the coverage is. But if you have outdoor plans, make sure you keep that in mind. Between about 2 to 4 or 5 p.m. today, there's going to be the window to have a few drifting by. Could even be a rumble of thunder. And then later in the evening, from dinner time on, especially after the sun sets, any of those that are out there would be likely long gone. So good news for fireworks displays if you're having those later on tonight. It's 70 in Lexington. The 3-day forecast shows we'll max it out around 90 tomorrow and then see a better chance for showers and thunder showers on the rise. So we still get a couple of days off before more widespread rain heads back in our direction. We'll check that out in just a few.
Hey, Tom, thanks so very much. We're coming up on 5:02. It's finally here, the day dedicated to celebrating the red, white, and blue. And there are plenty of ways to do it all across central Kentucky today. LEX 18's Leak joins us live from downtown Lexington with a look ahead at what's happening today.
Dia, good morning. That is right. Set to be a big day across the Commonwealth with a lot of 4th of July celebrations, and didn't expect there to be much going on already at 5 o'clock this morning, but I was wrong. Just to give you kind of a look here, we've got a bunch of stuff that's already kind of laying out around here as Lexington Parks and Rec workers already blocking things off for this morning's Bluegrass 10,000 and Fun Run, really kind of the kickoff to all the 4th of July festivities, not just in Lexington, but across central Kentucky today. So let's break some of that down for you. area. Again, the Bluegrass 10,000 and Fun Run is kind of the kickoff to everything today. That race happening at 7:25 a.m. The Fun Run about 8:30 afterwards. And it's all happening on Main Street in North Limestone. After that, we have the 4th of July celebration in Lexington. That's happening over at the Fifth Third Pavilion. That starts at 10 with food, live music, all of that fun stuff going on. And then, of course, there is the parade at noon, and then the fireworks display at 10 o'clock tonight. That can be seen at 10 p.m. on Main Street and Oliver Lewis Way. Lexington's not alone in the celebrations today, of course. There's the Great Buffalo Trace 5K race in Frankfort. That's at 8 o'clock this morning on the Buffalo Trace Distillery campus. Georgetown's 4th of July parade starting off at 11 o'clock this morning with the theme Dreams Come True in the red, white, and blue. The holiday celebrations in Richmond starting at 5 p.m. at Lake Reba Park with fireworks at 10 p.m. There's going to be fireworks shows in Frankfort and Nicholasville as well. Both of those lighting up the sky at 9:30 tonight. If you want full details on everything that I just mentioned, you can find all that right now on our website, lex18.com. No short of us being able to prepare you for all of the fun celebrating the red, white, and blue across the Commonwealth. Live in Lexington, Evan Leake, LEX18 News.
All right, Evan, thank you. It is 5:04. Fireworks sales are expected to reach record levels this holiday season, but safety experts urge caution as the explosive devices can be extremely dangerous, even deadly. The Consumer Product Safety Commission is reporting many of those hurt by fireworks in days leading up to July 4th last year, children. So if you plan to set off your own fireworks, experts say to first make sure they're legal in your area. Also keep a bucket of water or a hose handy just in case of a fire. Light fireworks one at a time, then move back quickly. Should never try to relight or pick up fireworks that haven't fully ignited, and never use fireworks when you're under the influence.
Last year, we had at least 11 deaths associated with it, and over 10,000 trips to the emergency room with fireworks-related injuries. Fireworks aren't toys, and they're not for children. They're burning at 2,000 degrees, it's like a blowtorch.
Well, experts say the safest way to enjoy those fireworks, leave them to the professionals. Consumer Product Safety Commission also reporting that you need to be aware of illegal fireworks. According to the agency, last year, about 43% of fireworks tested by their researchers were found to contain illegal parts, which could, of course, severely injure you. Going off what we said about following local rules, while there's no state law banning fireworks, many cities have restrictions. Like in Lexington, the rule is if it goes up, blows up, it's illegal. The only fireworks that can be used are ground and handheld sparkling devices like sparklers, ground spinners, and fountains. Bottle rockets and those firecrackers, not allowed. Now, you may not think of Independence Day as a massive injection into the economy, but it sort of kind of is. Wallet Hub compiled some numbers and figured out Americans plan to spend $9.5 billion in food alone for the 4th of July. Some of that will go to the 150 million hot dog eating folk on this day. Another $3 billion will go to beer and wine, $6.5 billion to American flags, and Americans will drop another $2.7 billion on those fireworks. Bills from emergency room visits, though, for firework mishaps, not part of the calculation. Well, the season of festive cookouts and barbecues finally here, and the costs for those feasts can add up really quickly. This morning, we're reviewing 5 tips to help you host some memorable cookouts this summer without breaking the bank. One is to use what you have at home. Don't forget what you already have in your freezer, fridge, or your pantry. Second thing, keep your menus simple and set your budget before you head to the store. Third thing, buy in bulk and go generic. When it comes to drinks and chips, buying in bulk can reduce your cost. Fourth thing, if you're planning to grill, think through different cuts of meat that stretch just a little further, or go with chicken instead of beef. And fifth thing, get creative and go for a meatless meal altogether. There are plenty of recipes that use veggies and less expensive items.
You get all of those colors in there. It makes your tablescape look beautiful. It's fresh, it's good for you, and it saves you a little money too. The biggest thing to do when you're preparing your meal plan, your menu, is to shop the sales and plan your menu accordingly.
Well, here's a bonus tip. Turn your cookout into a potluck. You can encourage guests to bring a side dish or dessert to share. That way your hosting costs are lower and you get more varied food spread. Well, a winning Powerball ticket is now worth an estimated $546 million. It was previously worth an estimated $522 million, but nobody won the jackpot in last night's drawing. It marked the second time this year the lottery's jackpot has climbed over $500 million. No one has won since April 19th. The next drawing is tomorrow night. Powerball ticket's going to set you back $2 I think I'm going to buy one.
Oh, absolutely. Got to get in on that.
You know what?
Your storm tracker forecast, not much active weather for a couple of days, which is good news since it's the 4th of July today. We're going to check that out coming up.
And later on Sunrise, after a lot of ups and downs on Wall Street lately, we get a recap of Monday's action ahead of holiday shortened week. We'll have all of that and more coming up in your Consumer Watch.
And before we head to break, for those of you who just joined us, this is a bittersweet day. It's Dia's last day here at LEX 18, so to honor over 22 years of service to the station and community. We have some surprises planned throughout the morning. We're taking a look at clips from back in the day. Here's one.
Now I can bust out laughing. What happened?
Technical problems is what we like to call it in the business.
At California Closets, we believe every space deserves a custom solution.
We had the most wonderful experience. Our designer listened to our vision and respected our budget.
That's what we call practical magic. Request a free design consultation.
At Rally's, I'm in the driver's seat. Let me get a $5 meal deal with a Rally Burger. Hold up, make it a bacon cheddar crisp. Cheesy? Yes, pleasey. Plus chicken bites, famous seasoned fries, and a drink for just $5. Actually, give me that cheddar Buford. Let's go. I'm talking cheese from top to bottom. Cheddar, better. Whatever you order, own it at Rally's. Get your late night flavor fix.
From the first day of school to the last, from days at the office to weekend getaways, there are a lot of times of your life. And with the longest lasting vehicles, your Toyota will be right there with you. Like the best-selling Toyota Camry or the electrified Camry Hybrid, which goes 600 miles without having to recharge. Now, during Toyota's Time of Your Life event, get 3.99 APR on a new Camry and 4.99 on Camry Hybrid, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance. Toyota, let's go places.
Just a reminder that the rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting in air are brought to you this and every 4th of July by Phantom Fireworks. Visit fireworks.com for a location near you.
At Woodford Family Pharmacy, avoid the long lines and get personalized professional pharmacy services close to home. Park right up front or use our convenient drive-thru or free delivery. For vaccinations, no appointment is necessary. Woodford Family Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy.
Arby's 2 for $7 every day. Arby's crispy classic chicken sandwich. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
LEX 18 Storm Tracker weather in partnership with Georgetown Advantage Air.
It's 5:10. Stork working at this children's hospital in Los Angeles deserves a raise. That's because not 1 or 2 or 3, but 10 sets of twins, oh my goodness, have been delivered recently at the medical facility and are being cared for in the NICU. Oh, look at that. The staff says they are used to dealing with multiples, but 10 set, that's a lot. Pretty special. The twins' birth weights range from just under 2 pounds to up to 6 pounds, and many of them are boys. As for the residents, the parents, they say it's great to have other twin parents to talk with. And many say they plan to stay in touch. Oh, wow. Look how they have like the dual chair there for mom and dad.
10 sets. That is a lot.
Oh, my goodness.
I wonder what's in the water out there.
I'm not going to drink it. One's enough for me.
Yeah.
I know you got 2, but one's enough for me.
Twins.
Could you imagine?
No. Storm tracker forecast today. Smooth sailing, especially after the weekend that we had. We're still trying to recover from that, obviously. We've got an isolated shower, thunder shower chance today and tomorrow into the afternoon. We'll talk about our rooftop cam. Looks nice. Nothing to show you. And the Max Track's got some clutter on it. Up along the Ohio River as you get closer to Maysville and really across the border into Ohio, there have been a few showers showing up. So there's a little bit of activity out there this morning, and that'll be the way it goes today. We cannot completely get rid of shower and storm chances, but we can get it down to about as low as it'll go without getting rid of it. Isolated showers and storms. And our precipitation chance is just kind of waiting in the wings. We're going to see it spike again Thursday after a couple of days off. And we had a nice day yesterday, nice, fairly precipitation-free day beyond the scattered showers that persisted over our eastern counties. So, LEX 18 Storm Tracker future track for today into the afternoon. Get enough of that daytime heating. You'll have that brief pop of some showers, isolated showers. Could even be a rumble of thunder. So if you've got anything anything outdoors for the afternoon plan, keep an eye out for that. Those will diminish, and then through the evening, especially for fireworks, as is usually the case this time of the year, things will clear out. It should be nice, quiet, warm, and muggy, and then, rinse and repeat. We'll do it again tomorrow. Isolated shower storms into the afternoon. Here comes a slow-moving front trying to stall out back to the west, but it's making inroads by Wednesday night. So Thursday morning, it should be approaching western Kentucky, and then eventually starting to slowly push in here. So I think by Thursday afternoon, we'll start to see more widespread shower and storm chances ramping back up again. So for Independence Day, highs up into the mid to upper 80s later on today. Isolated showers, thunder showers, and then by the time it's fireworks time, a lot of folks, around 10 o'clock in the evening, we should be in great shape. It could be a little buggy out there, so take the bug spray and, of course, get ready for a warm and humid night. We're in the 60s and 70s now, and the humidity is still a factor. It came down ever so slightly yesterday, not even really all that noticeable. We've still got dew points in the mid to upper 60s, which is muggy air. And our highs right around our normal high of 87 through the next couple of days, upper 80s. We're showing 88 in Frankfort today, 87 in Winchester, upper 80s down in Nicholasville. If we hop you out into our eastern counties for the 4th, mid 80s in Owingsville, and the same in West Liberty, Frenchburg, and Campton. And the mountains are about the same, 86 from Hazard down through Pineville. Notice that minimal rain chance out there. Nice day to be on the lake. 85 from London to 84 in Whitley City and over towards Monticello. So mid to upper 80s for you guys as well. So consistency in the storm tracker forecast as far as the temperatures go. No big drops, no big spikes, just in the 80s, smooth sailing through the rest of the week. Now, as the shower and storm chance ramps up Thursday, Friday, we will back off the upper 80s and end up slightly below our normal high. Could see low to mid 80s into the weekend. If you've got any plans over the weekend at the moment, the lowest chance for active weather looks to be Saturday. We're going to kind of bookend this upcoming weekend with showers and storms to start it off, and then to probably wrap it up and linger into early next week.
All right, Tom, thanks so very much. It is 5:14 in other news this morning. Election Day 2024 is more than 16 months away, but the next couple of months going to be huge in the race for the White House. In early primary and caucus states, candidates are already on the ground shaking hands and holding rallies. Scripps News' Stephanie Liebergen is going in depth on what you can expect from the campaign trail in the coming months.
In many states across the country, it might not feel like the race for the White House is in full swing just yet. But in many early caucus and primary states like Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina, candidates are already on the ground shaking hands and holding rallies. Election Day 2024 is more than 16 months away, but the next couple months will be big ones in the race for the White House.
Iowa's the place that we shape principled conservative leadership. Iowa's the place that shaped the standard bearer of this party.
Americans living in states like Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina are already getting inundated with ads and campaign stops. And with a dozen major GOP candidates in the race, could the field get any bigger? Well, yes, but time is running out.
You've really got to be in by the summer. We're kind of maybe another month or so, but you've got to get in there pretty early.
Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin and Florida Senator Rick Scott are both being talked about as potential late entrants to the race.
We've created 13 million new jobs since I became president.
On the Democratic side, President Joe Biden does have a few long-shot challengers. Author and 2020 candidate Marianne Williamson is running again, and Robert Kennedy Jr. has also declared his candidacy. The big date to look out for? August 23rd. That's when Republican presidential candidates are meeting in Milwaukee for their first debate. To be eligible, candidates must meet polling and fundraising minimums, as well as pledge to support whoever ends up being the party's nominee. And that last part could mean the frontrunner, former President Donald Trump, does not participate.
There is some piece of the Republican Party looking for a non-Trump candidate. And so I think a debate without Trump will still be significant.
Despite the declared challengers to the sitting president, the Democratic National Committee says it has no plans to host any primary debates. And finally, after the 2020 election broke campaign spending records, will we see sky-high spending again this time around? It's certainly possible.
Every 4 years, they do whatever is new and they do whatever they've done before. So you never lose stuff, right? You never stop doing television and only do social media. You never stop doing radio. You never stop doing a rally. You do all the stuff that you possibly can.
Early data shows 2024 presidential hopefuls are outspending candidates from 4 years ago. The good news, if you don't live in an early primary state, you'll probably be spared the political ads until next year. And if you're not in a battleground state, experts still think you could see a lot of political spending in key Senate and congressional races across the country. Stephanie Liebergen, Scripps News, Washington.
We wish each other a happy Hanukkah or a Merry Christmas, but what about Habari Gani? Well, that's Swahili greeting. We're wishing someone a blessed Kwanzaa. But how much do you know about Kwanzaa? Well, here's a quick look at the history, the meaning, and what the symbols mean.
The show because people like you. It was like magic watching you. What's he gonna do? I don't
know. Mom, are you ready to go to the store?
Almost.
What are you doing?
Since I've been in your commercials, I can't go anywhere without people asking for my autograph.
Really?
Go to GetTheTiger.com.
Everybody knows nobody beats P-Rats on price. But the real difference between P-Rats and the big box stores isn't what comes out of the box. It's what goes into what comes out of the box. P-Rats has the best trained service and sales staff in the business with over 100 years of combined experience. From sales to installation and service, whatever you buy from P-Rats, you'll get more than what's in the box. You'll get an expert local team who stands behind it.
Nobody beats P-Rats.
So what's for dinner?
Absolute Services, plumbing commercial, take one.
Here's the thing about plumbing. When I was a boy...
And cut. See, when I was a boy isn't even in the script.
I thought I'd start with a little backstory.
We have 30 seconds.
People need to know why we're recommending
30 very short seconds.
If we can't tell people that our process means taking the time to do things absolutely right, then why not just go straight to the jingle?
We take care of your home, absolutely.
So I dealt with several big firms before Kaufman & Steger, and I felt like they were in it just for the money. They didn't care about my entire situation or what I've been through. When I came to Kaufman & Steger, Jimmy and Tara would return my calls immediately.
It's 5:20. Welcome back to Sunrise. It's time for your Consumer Watch on this 4th of July. Stocks rose yesterday during a shortened pre-holiday trading session, despite fresh data showing a weakened U.S. manufacturing sector. All three indices showed modest gains. Later in the week, investors anxiously waiting for the highly anticipated jobs report for a better read on the state of the economy. And a reminder, Wall Street is closed today in observance of July 4th. The flying car has long been a staple of science fiction, and that long-awaited dream for the future may be a step closer to coming true. Federal Aviation Administration just certified for testing a vehicle at a California startup they call a flying car. It's the first fully electric vehicle to get U.S. governmental approval that can both fly and travel on roads. Aleph Automotive reports its Model A vehicle aircraft is the first flying vehicle that is drivable on public roads and can park like a normal car or truck. It has vertical takeoff and landing capabilities and will be able to carry one or maybe even two occupants. Its range is going to be 200 miles on the road, 110 miles in the air. Company expects to sell each vehicle for $300,000 with the very first delivery projected by the end of 2025. It will only be allowed to go about 25 miles an hour on the road and still needs National Highway Traffic Safety Administration approval. A collector paid $12,000 at auction for a letter from a passenger who died on the Titanic. This man from Uruguay sent the letter to his brother from an Irish port on April 11th, 1912. That's 4 days before the ship wrecked. The treasured family memento has been passed down from generation to generation. Now, the letter not only tells the story of its author, but also the most famous ocean liner in history with descriptions of its luxuries and the people who traveled on board. Perhaps the recent accident of the Titan submersible that was exploring the remains of the Titanic helped to raise its price value. Oh, many Americans will celebrate Independence Day with hamburgers and hot dogs and, of course, ketchup. Lately, some social media users have been debating just how to best store this popular condiment. Well, ketchup maker Kraft Heinz recently weighed in on the issue, saying in a tweet, ketchup goes in the fridge. Well, a day later, the company asked the public by a Twitter poll whether they kept the ketchup chilled or in a pantry. Over 13,000 people responded. More than 63% said in the fridge. That's where I keep mine. But nearly 37% said, though, they prefer their ketchup in the cupboard. Well, it's 5:22. A new musical is dedicated to the first Avenger. We'll reveal everything Disney has released regarding Rogers the Musical. Plus, they've officially weighed in. We'll give you the tale of the tape for this year's hot dog eating spectacle. When we check out stories causing some online chatter. That's straight ahead.
Okay, read a book outside. You don't have to go exercise. I mean, that's for people who are healthy. Just go outside.
Just get outside and get some fresh air, right?
Exactly, and just...
Fresh produce is the best produce. That's why at Kroger, we invest in local farmers to bring you the freshest seasonal picks. So no matter how you shop, your local produce always tastes as fresh as it gets. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Barn-dominiums are America's hottest new form of home building. Whether you're looking to build a beautiful barn-dominium home, an equestrian or simple barn, a new garage, or a gathering place for family recreation, CKR Pole Buildings and Barns can make your dreams a reality. Call us and talk to one of our building specialists. Our custom buildings are constructed by Amish craftsmen. We never compromise on quality because your building is our building. Call today for a free estimate or visit kypolebuildings.com.
Sneezing, coughing, runny nose, watery eyes. Are these the house guests that just won't leave? It could be your air ducts. Over time, dirt, dust, and other debris can turn them into a breeding ground for allergens. Trust Coit to eliminate what's ailing your air ducts. Coit's technicians are specially trained and certified with the best guarantee in the business. Clean as new. That's the Coit commitment to you. Schedule your Coit cleaning today and get 30% off. Call 1-800-FOR-COIT.
If you or a loved one needs help with a substance use disorder, remember, you are not alone. The Kentucky Help Statewide Call Center offers resources, assistance, and guidance. Our trained staff can help you make informed decisions about the type of treatment needed and direct you with proper resources for all levels of care. There is hope. There is help. There is someone who cares. Call the Kentucky Help Statewide Call Center today at 1-8338-KY-HELP. That's 1-8338-KY-HELP.
When you download the Kroger app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Kroger app. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Well, it's 5:25. Let's check out what's trending on this Independence Day. The Avengers are assembling again, this time to sing and dance. Disney has announced that it is giving Disneyland its first Marvel musical. The 30-minute show is called Rogers the Musical. It focuses on the story of Steve Rogers, better known as the super soldier Captain America. The real-life production was inspired by a fictional Broadway show featured in the Disney Plus series Hawkeye. Disney says select members of the Avengers will be featured during the show's limited run, as well as 5 new songs with music written by Grammy-winning composer. Rogers the Musical is slated to run now through August 31st at the Hyperion Theater in Disney California's Adventure Park. Well, the hunt for the Precious One Ring card is over. The search for the one-of-a-kind Lord of the Rings trading card began nearly 2 weeks ago. Bidders offered millions to whomever found it. Hasbro announced someone did find the card last Friday. The collectible is part of the Magic the Gathering game based on the famous Tolkien novel. Only one ring card was produced for the latest booster pack released June 23rd. Trading card store in Spain has promised to pay the owner more than $2 million if he or she is willing to give up the card. Right now, the owner wants to remain anonymous with their precious. A famous contest is taking shape, though, in the Big Apple. Contestants for Nathan's famous 4th of July International Hot Dog Eating Contest gathered for this year's weigh-in yesterday ahead of today's big competition. The annual Independence Day event will bring some of the biggest names in competitive eating to the same table, including Joey Chestnut, the contestant's top male champion of all time. He's going to join others in gorging on as many hot dogs as they can eat for 10 minutes. Ooh. It's all for the honor of of Nathan's first place prize featuring a mustard bedazzled belt, $10,000, and the title of Hot Dog Eating Champ. About 35,000 people are expected to attend this year's festivities on Coney Island. 5:27, gunfire rings out in the early morning hours of Independence Day. Going to reveal what Lexington police discovered when they arrived on the shooting scene. Plus, Tom's got a look at your forecast, shaping up to be an ideal weather for the 4th of July. We're back in 2 minutes with the new half hour.
Make a move to keep your heart, mind, and body healthy. When it comes to lowering your risk of heart disease, the best thing you can do is get moving. Walk, swim, jump, and play. Do whatever keeps you moving today. Take heart, Kentucky. Talk to your doctor and take action to lower your risk of heart disease.
Why is this man so happy? He's got Advantage Checking from Community Trust Bank. CTB's got him covered with credit monitoring and identity theft protection, cellular phone replacement and repair, roadside assistance service, and travel and leisure discounts. And with his Advantage Plus interest checking, he'll never pay a CTB ATM fee no matter where he uses it. So be happy. Get Advantage Checking from Community Trust Bank.
At Aqua Living's huge Independence Day sale. Celebrate the 4th of July with a hot tub or swim spa that's made right here in the USA. Save up to 60% off. 14 models priced under $49.95. Check out the patented Tough Top cover with a lifetime warranty. Exercise or relax in a Catalina swim spa that can heat or chill the water. Bad credit, no problem. 100% in-house financing, no turndowns. That's Aqua Living's huge Independence Day sale. Going on now. For more info, go to shophottubs.com.
Next Live with Kelly and Mark.
Welcome to the big show.
We celebrate 4th of July with Nina Dobrev.
Today at 11 on LEX 18. Count on LEX 18 News.
Coming up, get an update on last weekend's storms that are affecting the community days later. Plus, we preview the events happening today across central Kentucky as we celebrate America's birthday. There we are, because it's the 4th of July, everybody. Lots going on. And we get a look at the obstacles many travelers should expect when flying those friendly skies on the 4th of July. This is LEX 18 News at Sunrise. It continues right now. It's 5:30 a.m. Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for watching LEX 18 News at Sunrise. Happy 4th of July. I'm Davidson, joined by meteorologist Tom Ackerman with a look at the forecast.
Forecast is good. It's warm.
Yes.
It's muggy. Well, we got just a low-end chance for isolated showers and storms today and tomorrow. So after the storms from over the weekend that Dia was talking about, it's nice to continue to catch that break, especially for a big holiday like today. Now, we're not completely out of the woods. We've talked about how we can see isolated showers and storms out there. And if you look at the max track north and east, there's been a hint of some shower activity, at least up around Maysville, across the river into southern Ohio. Little brief blips of green there. So that's about the extent of what's going on this morning. LEX 18 Storm Tracker Future Track as I take you out through the morning. You'll see first cloud cover developing as we hit that convective temperature later on today. Starting to see at least isolated showers, possibly even a rumble of thunder, but notice how limited it is. There's not going to be a lot out there. And by dinner time into the evening, especially once the sun starts to go down, any chance for those to hang on pretty much goes away. So good news for the evening in through fireworks time. We'll check out the forecast for that here just in a minute. We're in the 60s now. It's muggy, and the 3-day forecast shows This is what you would expect in early July. It's hot and it's muggy. Upper 80s, near 90 tomorrow. Isolated showers and storms both days. More widespread showers and storms could be coming late Thursday. We'll talk about that and whether or not those hang on into the upcoming weekend.
All righty, Tom, thanks so very much. Coming up on 5:32, after Sunday's storm devastation caused widespread power failures, we've been keeping an eye on reported outages. So let's get an update from poweroutage.us. A significant improvement, though, since we checked yesterday. But still, close to 12,000 customers still without power in Kentucky, including more than 9,100 folks here in Fayette County. Be sure to stay with us this morning. We're going to be sure to keep an update on those numbers. Well, we're getting a new look at the severe storms roared through Lexington and other parts of central Kentucky Sunday. Check out this dramatic video. It was taken by a resident on the city's south side as that storm rolled in. High wind, heavy rain pounded this neighborhood, knocked out power to about 20,000 homes at the time. Falling trees took down nearly 24 power lines across the city. Firefighters also responded to several fires sparked by the storm. As we continue to clean up the mess caused by Sunday storm damage, you can stay weather aware with our free Storm Tracker weather app downloaded from your device's app store. Well, it is 5:33 here on Sunrise. Let's get to some breaking national news for you. 6 people have been shot, 4 reported dead in Philadelphia. Police say someone opened fire last night in Southwest neighborhood using an AR-style rifle. Investigators took the suspect into custody, who was also armed with a handgun. Now, the suspect wore a bulletproof vest and had several magazines of ammunition, as well as a police scanner. All 6 shooting victims were male. The adults who are deceased range in age from 20 to 49. 2 children were shot, one only 2 years old, the other 13. They are listed in stable condition, though, at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Investigators have not released a motive for the shooting. Breaking overnight here in Lexington, a woman taken to the hospital after being shot. Now, police responded just after 1:30 this morning to Georgetown Road near Ironworks Pike for a report of that shooting victim. When officers arrived, they found the woman who was suffering from a gunshot wound. Officials say she's expected to survive. No suspect information at this time. This incident, though, remains under investigation. Hall of Fame horse trainer Bob Baffert will not return to competition at Churchill Downs, at least through the next year. Churchill Downs Incorporated, the group that oversees the running of the Kentucky Derby, extended Baffert's suspension through the end of 2024. Baffert was initially suspended after his horse Medina Spirit won the Derby in 2021, but the horse was later disqualified after it tested positive for a banned substance. A spokesperson for Churchill Downs says Baffert has refused to take responsibility for what happened and remains a danger to horses and the jockeys who ride them. Baffert has not reacted to the continued suspension. Despite Churchill Downs' ban, Baffert returned to racing last May. His horse, National Treasure, won the Preakness Stakes. Well, today is a day steeped in tradition and celebrations, not just for Lexington, but the entire nation. And there are so many different ways for you to celebrate the 4th of July without even leaving the city. LEX 18.7 Leak joins us live now from downtown Lexington with what's happening today.
Dia, good morning. There's already quite a bit of activity getting set up in downtown Lexington. I'm just off of Main Street in North Limestone, where the Bluegrass 10,000 race and then the fun run are going to be going on later on this morning. Kind of the kickoff to all of the 4th of July festivities, not just in Lexington, but across the area. This race dating back to 1976, almost 50 years they've had this going on. Again, the Bluegrass 10,000 and fun run happening later this morning. Race kicking off at 7:25. The fun run around 8:30. Again, at Main Street and North Lime. Then at 10 o'clock today, we'll have the 4th of July celebration happening at the Courthouse Plaza and Fifth Third Pavilion. Food, music, all of that fun stuff kicking off there. Of course, can't be 4th of July without a parade. That's going to be happening at noon through downtown Lexington. And of course, everything culminating in a fireworks show tonight. That's going to be at 10 o'clock, and that's going to be at Main Street and Oliver Lewis Way. Of course, Lexington isn't alone in the celebrations for the 4th of July. There's the Great Buffalo Trace 5K race in Frankfort at 8 o'clock this morning on the Buffalo Trace Distillery campus. Georgetown's 4th of July parade, that's at 11 o'clock this morning with the theme Dreams Come True in the red, white, and blue. The holiday celebrations in Richmond starting at 5 o'clock this afternoon at Lake Reba Park with fireworks at 10 p.m. There will be fireworks shows in Frankfort and Nicholasville as well. Both of those set for 9:30 tonight. So much going on across our area. You can stay up to date with everything, get full details on all these events, all on our website right right now at LEX18.com. Definitely getting you prepared for all the action as everyone behind me with these crews preparing for it to start in just a couple hours. Live in downtown Lexington, Evan Leake, LEX18 News.
All right, Evan, thanks very much. It's 5:37 as far as what's open and what's closed on this 4th of July holiday. Most major grocery stores like your Kroger, your Walmart, your Meijer are going to be open as usual, but wholesale retailers will be closed or on alternate hours. So make sure to check if local businesses are closed or have those alternate hours before you head out. Most bank branches or credit unions across the nation closed. The NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange also get the day off. U.S. Postal Service will be closed and won't be delivering mail, and non-essential government offices will be closed. Think like the DMV or public library. Also remember, no trash is going to be picked up today either. Well, Monday served as a dress rehearsal for the annual Capitol 4th concert in Washington. 2023 marks the 43rd year for the American Independence Day celebration on PBS. Was that Babyface? Oh my goodness. With musical and guest stars alike performing and entertaining, not just across the country, but the globe. This year's celebration includes performances by, of course, you saw Babyface, Boys to Men, Belinda Carlisle, and military bands, hosted by Carlton himself, Alfonso Ribeiro. The Muppets of Sesame Street are also set to make an appearance. It's 5:38 ahead of this Independence Day. Many Americans have faced obstacles getting to their holiday destinations, especially if they plan to fly. The Transportation Safety Administration reports it screened a record number of air travelers over the long holiday weekend, but there has been a lot of turbulence for passengers, both in the air and on the ground. And as aviation correspondent Pete Moonteen reports, there may be more ground stops and delays in the days to come.
From severe weather to record-setting crowds, July 4th air travel is being put to the test. Friday, the Transportation Security Administration screened the most people at airports ever, 2.88 million, followed by 2.5 million people Saturday and again on Sunday.
There's always situations, but this one is like, I would have to say, it's one of the worst. It's been kind of a disaster.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg tells CNN that delays are down after last week when United Airlines canceled more than 3,000 flights and delayed another 8,000, more than any U.S. carrier.
We're watching more potential for severe weather. That's what touched off all of these problems about a week ago. Things look like they have quickly returned to normal for the system, and United also appears to have recovered.
In a new memo, United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby says he's had constructive conversations with Buttigieg and is committed to a partnership with the Federal Aviation Administration, which he initially blamed for delays. Kirby says United will also reassess its schedule at its massive hub in Newark, which even he shunned last week, admitting to and apologizing for flying on a private jet from nearby Teterboro.
This is not the week leading up to July 4th that the airlines were hoping for.
For now, the Federal Aviation Administration is tracking even more severe weather, warning of ground stops for flights bound to more than a dozen airports on the East Coast.
But I think that your odds are a lot better of an on-time arrival this week than they were last week.
The next test when travelers begin making the return trip after the holiday. Right now, the TSA is on pace to meet its forecast of screening 17 million people at airports nationwide through July 5th.
Pete Moonteen reporting. If an airline cancels or makes a significant change in its flight, regardless of the reason, they are required to give you a full cash refund if you no longer wish to travel. At last check, we saw no issues, though, on Bluegrass Airport's flight status board for Lexington. Well, if you're still considering what to have for dinner, today's holiday will ensure that you at least have one suggestion. Of course, July 4th is Independence Day, but it's also National Barbecued Spare Rib Day. Yeah, there's a spare rib day. It was Davidson Day yesterday. I'll tell you about that later. Well, anyway, celebrating it just requires cooking and eating, and the National Day Calendar has some tips for grill masters. It suggests choosing ribs with meat all over the bone instead of on one side. It says to cook them over low indirect heat using tongs to move them. Website suggests adding sauce when about 40 minutes of grill time remains, and then resting your ribs when they're done. After that, it's time to dig in and and have your wet ones nearby because you're going to make a mess.
Low and slow. That's the way to go with the ribs. We've got a forecast that's going to be warm and muggy, but fairly uneventful for the 4th. We'll check it out.
And later on Sunrise, Cincinnati Reds are in the nation's capital for a series with the Washington Nationals. Kenzie Lee recaps Game 1 of their series in your Sunrise Sports. But before we go to break, let's get a check of those lottery jackpots. Tonight's Kentucky Mega Millions jackpot, $400 million. And tomorrow's Kentucky Powerball jackpot, $546 million. Sunrise continues after this. From the nearly 800 acres that make up this institution, the University of Kentucky, located right here in Lexington, to the faith-based jewel on a hill nestled in the heart of Wilmore, to the campus of Midway University, steeped in history and tucked away among the rolling green hills of Kentucky's horse farms.
Ashley Stars and Stripes sale is happening now. This weekend only, shop 4th of July doorbusters up to 50% off. Or pay 0% interest for 60 months with no down payment. Don't miss it. Friday through Tuesday only at Ashley.
The WNBA is on Ion and Friday nights are jumping off. This week, the Las Vegas Aces take on the Dallas Wings. Coverage starts Friday at 8, only on Ion. Sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Watch me. Watch me pirouette with style and grace. An open floor of inspiration. This is my place. 5 positions to start, leotard and tights. A story through movement, under music and lights. Straight and tall, they promised I'd stand. I'm a ballerina who twirls like the blades of a fan. Watch me. Innovative scoliosis treatment at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
At California Closets, we believe every space, large or small, deserves a custom solution. Great design comes from listening, collaborating, and problem solving.
We had the most wonderful experience. Our designer was outstanding to work with. She listened to our vision and also respected our budget.
Because the spaces we design create more room in the place you call home. That's what we call practical magic. Start your California Closets experience with a free design consultation.
At Long John Silver's, our $6 shrimp baskets will save you from the sea of sandwich sameness. Whether they're fried to golden perfection or sizzling on the grill, our $6 shrimp baskets will have you hooked. Order online at longjohnsilvers.com. This year.
Cool nights start at Ashley Stars and Stripes mattress sale. Right now, you can save $500 off new mattress arrivals like the Temper Breeze. Plus, pay 0% interest for 60 months. For better sleep and better savings, visit your local Ashley today.
We're sitting at 544, a $1 million win in Vegas without ever leaving the airport. Harry Reid International Airport reports one lucky player won $1.3 million on a Wheel of Fortune slot machine last month. The machine is in Terminal 1 of the airport. No word on who the lucky winner is or where they're from. You know, Ryan Seacrest is going to be taking it over from Pat Sajak on Wheel of Fortune. Did you know that?
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. I wonder
how Vanna feels about that.
I don't know. She's still turning those letters.
Yeah, she sure is. Yeah. We've got a forecast for the 4th of July that should stay fairly uneventful after a very eventful weekend. So the good news there, I think about the only thing you got to worry about today is an isolated shower storm chance into the afternoon. Our rooftop cam looks good. The Max Track is showing a little bit of activity. You got to hop up into Ohio to find it. So we're reaching that beam out across the river and showing a couple of showers there northeast of Maysville, but that's really about the extent of anything going on. Cold front departing. You've got showers and storms off to the northwest. Our precipitation chance minimal today and tomorrow. And then all of a sudden it rises Thursday and Friday. So the timing is working in our favor, not just for the 4th, but also for the weekend. We could start the weekend off and wrap it up with some shower and storm chances, but at least we've got a Saturday with a minimal rain chance out there as well. So I think we'll have some decent weather we can take advantage of this upcoming weekend. But it's just going to be a warm and muggy 4th of July with a future track showing isolated showers, thunder showers going into the heat of the afternoon. So yes, there is that chance out there. The majority of folks won't see these, but if you're one of the few unlucky folks that's maybe got a, backyard picnic set up or something for this afternoon, just keep your eye on the sky. By later on in the evening, especially around fireworks time, things will be pretty quiet there. And tomorrow, it's basically more of the same. Isolated showers, thunder showers into your Wednesday afternoon. The main main driver behind change and an increasing chance of showers and storms starts to approach by late Wednesday, so probably won't even get in here till Thursday morning. I think if we start to see showers and storms from it, it'll start to come in later in the day, so Thursday afternoon, Thursday night. With that front not moving all that fast, some of the shower and storm possibilities could linger into the weekend. But for the 4th, for today, we'll get into the mid to upper 80s by later on today. Those isolated afternoon showers, thunder showers. But later in the evening, just warm and muggy. Fireworks time around 10 p.m. Should be in the upper 70s, near 80 degrees with partly cloudy skies. So, yeah, pretty good looking forecast, especially when you consider what we were doing over the weekend. I know a lot of folks had plans over the weekend since it's on a Tuesday, trying to maybe do 4th of July festivities Saturday night, but the weather was not cooperating at all. It is now 72 in Lexington, 64 down in Danville. There's still muggy air out there. Dew points are firmly in the mid to upper 60s. And our highs are right around what we usually see this time of the year. 87 is the normal high. We're in the upper 80s today and tomorrow, Thursday, and then dropping into the mid 80s this weekend. Temperatures backing off a little bit due to that rising rain chance. 86 in Shelbyville today, 87 up in Cynthiana and Harrison County for your 4th of July. Danville coming in at 86 and 87 in Harrodsburg. Mount Sterling, mid 80s, the same as Moorhead and Campton, and down in the mountains, you guys are right along there with us. Hazard, an 86-degree high, 85 in Whitesburg, and 86 down in Pulaski County and in Liberty. So the 8-day forecast will show a couple of things going on. First off, the consistency in the temperature. There's no big, massive fluctuations one way or the other. No big heat wave or cool down. We will drop back into the mid 80s below normal into the weekend. A lot of that in response to more cloud cover and shower and storm chances. But, overall warm and muggy, looking good for the 4th. A break Saturday, could be more late weekend shower and storm chances moving back in.
As mild as it's been, we've had some sunshine, Tom. I still have some stubborn snow and ice that will not melt away in my front yard.
You got a little patch?
I do. Let's get rid of it.
Well, we're trying.
Real journalism. It's a way of looking at the world and shining a light on it for all to see.
And now an investigation you'll only see here on Scripps News.
But why do we make it our mission to tell these stories every day?
It really shows you what's at stake. I'm Jason Bellini in Ukraine, Scripps News.
On the ground with every update.
The time has arrived.
Because the world is a better place when we take the time to understand it.
2 for $7 every day. A classic roast beef saddled up with all that. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
Sneezing, coughing, runny nose, watery eyes. Are these the house guests that just won't leave? It could be your air ducts. Over time, dirt, dust, and other debris can turn them into a breeding ground for allergens. Trust Coit to eliminate what's ailing your air ducts. Coit's technicians are specially trained and certified with the best guarantee in the business. Clean as new. That's the Coit commitment to you. Schedule your Coit cleaning today and get 30% off. Call 1-800-FOR-COIT.
Did you get the precious metals?
Get your hands on Kentucky Lottery's new Precious Metals Scratch-Off games with over $28 million in prizes.
Save thousands at Aqua Living's huge Independence Day sale. Celebrate the 4th of July with a hot tub or swim spa that's made right here in the USA. Save up to 60% off. 14 models priced under $49.95. Check out the patented Tough Top cover with a lifetime warranty. Exercise or relax in a Catalina swim spa that can heat or chill the water. Bad credit, no problem. 100% in-house financing, no turndowns. That's Aqua Living's huge Independence Day sale. Going on now. For more info, go to shophottubs.com.
Well, it's been quite the last few weeks for the Cincinnati Reds. Ever since the winning streak ended, they didn't let that stop them from continuing to feed off of that successful energy. Started the road series against the Nationals last night, and Tyler Stevenson gets the Reds on the board first in top 4. Still 1-0. Leave it to the one and only Joey Votto sends a bomb deep into the Reds bullpen. It's 3-0, Cincy on top. Now, the Reds have homered in the last 17 straight games, the second longest streak since 2000. Now, there's a lot of defense in this one, and what a performance by the Reds pitchers. Over the last 4 games, the starting pitchers have allowed just 16 hits and 6 earned runs in 24 innings pitched. Close game, but the Reds hold on 3-2 the final. Here's manager David Bell after the game.
Our bullpen was able to take over and a couple big hits offensively, and that's all it took. It was, kind of as simple as that tonight. It was definitely a close game and took the big hits to come out on top.
Toronto is just 9 days away for Kentucky men's basketball. The Global Jam will mark the 5th summer exhibition series the Wildcats have participated in under head coach John Calipari, and the second one to Canada. The showcase will feature just under 23 teams from around the world. Teams will compete in a round-robin format July 12th through the 15th, followed by a bronze and gold medal championship game on July 16th. Our very own Keith Farmer will be there for all the coverage, and as the team gets ready, Coach Cal likes what he sees in this group.
They're all spending time. I just love that I'm seeing. I go when I'm in my office and I look out the window, and even if I go in there late to do something, somebody's in there getting up shots. Somebody's in there working out. Morning, somebody's in there doing stuff. Those have been my best teams, because when you commit like that, you don't surrender real fast. You'll fight. You've invested too much. You're going to fight. These kids are like some of the better players that I've coached.
Also happening July 12th through the 16th, the Bluegrass Banshees, an all-girls Little League baseball team, is set to compete in the Baseball for All National Tournament, which will be center stage in Elizabethtown. The tournament started back in 2015, and this is the first team to represent the state of Kentucky. Players 12 and under have been selected from around central Kentucky to represent the state. No boys allowed in this tournament, which consists of 6 national teams in the 12 and under bracket. Here's head coach Brandon Jones.
I hope more people get involved with it. I hope it gets national attention. It's good for these girls. It's good for the entire state. So, to try to make things fair and let the girls do what they want to do and have fun with it. We're going down here to win. So that's the first thing. We're going to try to win. We're going to have fun doing it, and we're going to play hard. We're going to put a good product on the field, and I think the girls are going to have a blast when it's all said and done.
Now, the team is still looking to raise funds for the trip. They've created a GoFundMe account. You can go to the link on LEX18.com or just search Bluegrass Banshees on the GoFundMe homepage. All right, that's all I have for you. We'll be right back.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Have you heard about the new tax credits for energy-efficient home improvements? Northern Windows Doors and More will install your new windows and doors at a low price, show you how to get money back on your taxes, and help you start saving monthly on your utility bills. At Northern Windows Doors and More, it's all about your home.
After a busy morning, this DQ breakfast bowl lets me take a moment all to myself. So I'd like to take a moment to recognize you, DQ Breakfast Bowl. Somehow you fit all my breakfast favorites all in one convenient bowl. Warm, fluffy eggs, hash browns, sausage, cheese, and grilled onions, nestled in a hearty bowl topped with my choice of savory gravy or zesty salsa. Oh, we should all be so selfless and delicious. DQ, happy tastes good.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with lots of top-rated 4s to shop, like 4 of my best-selling dining sets. Get my expandable Blake set, just $5.99. Impress your guests with my brand-new Alexis trestle set, just $7.99. Go farmhouse fabulous with my Montana set, just $9.99. Store more with the natural beauty of Sonoma, just $12.99. With financing options to fit your budget. You guessed it, 4 plans to choose from. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
It's Sleep Outfitters 4th of July sale. Get a free box spring with select Sealy mattresses starting at just $369. 20 models to choose from. Get 0% interest plus free delivery and setup. Now at Sleep Outfitters 4th of July sale.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
You're watching
watching LEX 18 News at sunrise.
It is 5:56. Summer is heating up, and so is the summer movie season. There are consecutive July weekends with high-profile debuts, and some of them are going head-to-head on the same dates. Rick DeMagella brings us a preview of some of the biggest movies heading to theaters this month.
Anywhere. If you do not know where you come from, how do you know who you are?
July movies kick off with the road trip comedy Joyride as a group of friends head to China to find one of their birth mothers. The trip begins Friday.
Ethan, what's your objective? What's your ultimate objective?
Tom Cruise is back in Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. The 7th movie in the series explodes into theaters July 12th.
I don't have anything big planned, just a giant blowout party with all the Barbies and planned choreography and a bespoke song. You should stop by.
So cool.
Barbie and Ken and all their friends are ready for their close-ups. The movie based on the iconic toy brand steps into theaters July 21st.
Our work here will ensure a peace mankind has never seen.
Going head-to-head with Barbie is Oppenheimer. Christopher Nolan's look at the man behind the atomic bomb drops into theaters July 21st.
Death lurks around every corner.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to Disney's Haunted Mansion. The latest movie based on a Disney theme park attraction creeps into theaters July 28th. Hurrying back to theaters in Hollywood, I'm Rick DeMagella.
Other movies arriving in theaters this month include the horror flick Insidious, The Red Door on Friday, and the mockumentary Theater Camp on the 14th. It is 5:58. Stay right there. Sunrise at 6 is just a few minutes away. That's where you can see how our great city is planning to celebrate our nation's birthday. Stay tuned for a live update from Evan. He's out there going to tell you all the events that are happening today, plus Tom's previewing what's shaping up to be a picture-perfect 4th of July. Sunrise will be right back. To them? What's your commitment to their safety and even your school bus drivers? Because that's a big issue, trying to find folks who will drive those buses to get our children to school and back home safely.
LEX 18, streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device.
Why is semaglutide transforming the weight loss industry? Simple. It's FDA approved for weight loss. Semaglutide gets real results. Aegis will provide you a complete weight loss solution to help you lose the weight and keep it off. Call today for a free semaglutide consultation. 859-335-1330.
Just a reminder that the rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting in air are brought to you this and every 4th of July by Phantom Fireworks. Visit fireworks.com for a location near you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Trish Takis, and I would like to welcome you to Beaumont Family Dentistry at Hamburg. It's a privilege to introduce Dr. Daniel O'Brien and my son, Dr. Ryan Galibersuch, who is a trainer for CEREC Same-Day Crowns. Our priority is to offer premium dental care using the most advanced technologies, including CEREC, implants, Invisalign, and scanners that take images of your teeth, eliminating messy impressions. We offer oral and IV sedation as well as nitrous oxide to make your visit more relaxing. To learn more, visit BeaumontFamilyDentistry.com.
New to Honduran cuisine, Mami Monchitas recommends pupusas, fluffy corn-based patties stuffed with savory fillings and served with traditional Honduran salsa. You'll want to try another and another, maybe just one more, bringing the taste of Honduras to the bluegrass. Mami Monchitas.
Hi, Shane Huffman with the Neil Huffman Automotive Group, where currently we have hundreds of pre-owned vehicles, all aggressively priced, coming with our 3-year certified maintenance. You can visit us today at neilhuffman.com. Huffman has it.
LEX 18 News.
Coming up, breaking news out of Philadelphia, where 4 people reportedly dead after a mass shooting Monday night. Plus, we get an update on the impact last weekend's storms having today on our community. And we get a look at the events happening today, all of today, across Central Kentucky as we celebrate the 4th of July. A new half hour of LEX 18 News at Sunrise gets underway right now, because if you don't have to rise and shine, you can just turn over and just keep listening. But if you do, it is 6 a.m. a.m. sharp. Good morning, everybody. It is the 4th of July. I'm Davidson, joined by meteorologist Tom Ackerman with a look at the forecast.
4th of July and a full moon. So if
I know. And my last day.
Yeah, it's all coming together, apparently.
My pretty.
And, hopefully none of that today.
No.
A nice smooth ride for Dia's last day and for the 4th. I mean, we've got very little going on. Isolated showers and storms by the extent of what we got to deal with later on today. And as far as what's up with the rest of the week, well, that will be subject to change. I've also got some updates on some of the storm surveys they did from Sunday storms that we'll talk about and get a look where we're headed. But the overcast skies, or at least the little bit of cloud cover that we've got out there this morning, won't be a factor. We'll end up with some sunshine today. And there have been some showers up around Maysville, actually northeast of Maysville, just kind of cruising through southern Ohio. So a hint of some precipitation out there, just nothing within the viewing area. And if we see much at all today, it'll be during the peak daytime heating, and it'll be isolated showers. Notice how limited the coverage is. But if you're planning anything outside and you're getting set up late this afternoon, through the afternoon, you have the sky getting a little darker. That's what it is. Isolated showers, possibly a rumble of thunder, very limited coverage, diminishing through the evening. So by fireworks time, even if you have something hanging around, it should be out of here. We're in the 60s and 70s, and we'll be in the 80s today. Pretty typical early July weather, 4th of July weather, hot and muggy with an isolated shower and storm chance. We'll talk about the changes that are ahead later this week. It's not going to cool off all that much, but temperatures will drop and we'll have a more widespread shower and storm chance on the way as well.
All righty, Tom, thanks so much. 6:02, new from overnight. 6 people have been shot and 4 are reported dead in Philadelphia. Police say someone opened fire last night in the southwest part of that city using an AR-style rifle. Investigators took the suspect into custody, who was also armed with a handgun. Suspect wore a bulletproof vest and had several magazines of ammunition and a police scanner. All 6 shooting victims, male. The adults who are deceased range in age from 20 to 49. 2 children, though, were also shot. One only 2 years old, the other 13. They, though, are listed in stable condition at a children's hospital in Philadelphia. Investigators have not released a motive for this shooting. New from overnight here in Lexington, a woman has been taken to the hospital after being shot. Police responded just after 1:30 this morning to Georgetown Road near Ironworks Pike for a report of that shooting victim. When officers arrived, they found the woman who was suffering from a gunshot wound. Officials say she's expected to survive. No suspect information at this time. This incident remains under investigation. The impact of Sunday's storm still affecting people in various ways in Lexington. According to the city, Raven Run is closed because of issues on Old Richmond Road. Also, the dog park over Jacobson Park closed due to damaged fencing. And the lack of electricity forced the pool at Tate's Creek to shut down today. If you see a down power line, please report it to Lexington Police at the number that you see on your screen, 859-258-3600. Please do not attempt to move it yourself. And a quick reminder, Lexington's Division of Waste Management will adjust its collection schedule for the 4th of July holiday. There will be no waste collections today. Curbside pickup that's normally on Tuesdays will be handled tomorrow. The Haley Pike Waste Management Facility, the Lexington Recycle Center, and the Electronics Recycle Center will also be closed today. Well, can you believe at 6:04 it's finally here? The day dedicated to celebrating the red, white, and blue. And there are plenty of ways to do it all across central Kentucky. LEX 18's Evan Leake joins us now live from downtown Lexington to bring us this look at what's happening today.
Dia, good morning. That's right. It is finally the day. It's set to be a fun day, but a long one for a lot of people, including a lot of Lexington Park and Recreation workers. So many people have already been here since before our show even started this morning, setting everything up. We're right outside the starting line here, just off of Main Street in North Limestone for the Bluegrass 10,000 and Fun Run, really the unofficial kickoff to all the 4th of July celebrations in Lexington and across our entire area. Everything today is going to kick off at 7:25 a.m. with the Bluegrass 10,000 race, the Fun Run to follow shortly after, again at Main Street in Limestone. After that, we'll have Lexington's 4th of July celebration. That's going to be at 10 a.m. at the Courthouse Plaza and Fifth Third Pavilion. Food, music, all of that fun stuff going into the parade at noon, making its way through downtown Lexington. And of course, the night has to end with with fireworks going off in Lexington. That's going to be happening at Main Street in Oliver Lewis Way. Lexington is not alone in all these celebrations. Of course, so many other things going on across our area. There's the Great Buffalo Trace 5K race in Frankfort. That's at 8 a.m. on the Buffalo Trace Distillery campus. Georgetown's 4th of July parade starts at 11 o'clock this morning with the theme Dreams Come True in the red, white, and blue. The holiday celebrations in Richmond starting at 5 p.m. at Lake Reba Park with fireworks at 10 p.m. There'll also be fireworks shows in Frankfort and Nicholasville, both of those lighting up the skies at 9:30 tonight. So much going on to help you celebrate the 4th of July across the Commonwealth. You can find full details on all of these events by going to our website right now. It's lex18.com. Again, a lot of movement and a lot of noise going on behind me. Set to be a very active and long and fun day celebrating the red, white, and blue. Live in downtown Lexington, Evan Leake, LEX18 News.
All right, Evan, thanks so very much. It is 606, the location here in Lexington, recently named one of America's favorite landmarks for marriage proposals. Mixbox.com recently asked 3,000 singles for their opinions and discovered the Lexington Opera House is the 17th favorite landmark for popping that question. Lost River Cave in Bowling Green cracks the top 100 at 90th place. If you were wondering what came in first place, Sunset Cliffs Natural Park in San Diego. Remember where you popped the question to Kara?
Oh, yes. It was in very nondescript Medina, Ohio. So nothing exciting about that. How about you?
It was a coffee shop here that we used to always go to here in Lexington that's since closed. But it was kind of like a, I don't know, kind of rustic kind of a background, I guess.
Well, it's I guess appropriate that we're looking back on those memories because today is Dia Davidson's last day, if you hadn't heard. So before we go to break, we're going to look back at some of the memories over the past 22 years.
How much younger we all look.
I know some of the videos that we're watching. We're taking looks at clips from back in the day, and here's another one.
I want to personally thank you, Dia, for all you've contributed to this new station. I've obviously put my life into it. You've put a big chunk of your life into it, and you made us better. Thank you for what you've done for all those years of getting up so early. I couldn't have done it, but you didn't just do it. You thrived and you succeeded.
The show because people like you.
It was like magic watching you. What's he gonna do? I
don't know. Made from scratch biscuits rising, hand-breaded chicken frying, 100% Angus beef burgers charbroiling. Just a few of the ways Hardee's handcrafts goodness in the making.
Watch me. Watch me tumble, jump, and soar. When our squad is on point, we own the floor. Dazzling stunts and dances are my jam. Pain once caused issues, but they had a plan. A life-changing brace with no surgery to fear. Activity without limits, one more reason to cheer. Watch me. Industry-leading scoliosis treatment at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with lots of top-rated 4s to shop, like 4 on-trend bedroom collections. Get my highly rated 5-piece Tremont bedroom, just $9.99. Stay chic with my 4.5-star Spencer panel set in 2 colors. You'll love the barn-style twist to my brand-new Foundry bedroom. Get red carpet ready in my show-stopping Diva bedroom with financing options to fit your budget. You guessed it, 4 plans to choose from. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
Hardee's 2 for $5 breakfast bake goodness into your morning. Choose a biscuit with sausage and egg, biscuit and gravy, or French toast tips. Any 2, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
.610, Florida Keys celebrated 200th birthday Monday with none other than key lime pie. The pie, which measured over 13 feet in diameter, is believed to be the world's biggest key lime pie. It took more than 16 gallons of key lime juice, almost 100 gallons of sweetened condensed milk, and 125 pounds of graham crackers to make that pie. Oh my goodness. The festivities marked the 200th anniversary of the establishment of Monroe County. Encompasses the entire Keys Island chain on July 3rd, 1823. Believed to have originated in Key West in the late 1800s, key lime pie was designated Florida's official pie in 2006. I love key lime pie.
Oh, I do too. That's a lot of meringue.
That is.
Wonder how they made that.
But you know what? I love it.
Go for a slice right now.
Give me a little spoon.
Yeah. A lot of folks are going to be digging into 4th of July, stop barbecue, whatever you got going on today. The good news is Mother Nature, I think, is going to take it easy on us after hammering us over the weekend. That's our rooftop cam. You can see a nice quiet start to the day. I've been keeping an eye on some showers that have been cruising the border off to the northeast. They've mainly been in southern Ohio, and we're free and clear of precipitation. We do have some updates. Anderson County, the National Weather Service has been out scouting Sunday's damage. An EF1 with 100-mile-per-hour sustained winds. That one was on the ground for 3.3 miles between Anderson City and Lawrenceburg. But there was another very brief touchdown in Casey County. That was also an EF1 with 105-mile-per-hour winds. That was on the ground for just over a tenth of a mile. So, yeah, we had 2 confirmed tornadoes within the LEX 18 viewing area there from those Sunday storms. Some straight-line wind damage as well. And then you had 3-day rainfall totals where we got a month's worth of rain Friday through Sunday. So I was getting a little nervous earlier in June, especially when we were getting so incredibly dry and the drought just continued to deepen. As far as getting out of a drought, it's difficult unless you have something happen like this. Now, it's not exactly beneficial to get that much rain in that short of amount of time, but it definitely will stick a fork in the drought for many folks. And that update comes out Thursday morning. Future track shows for today, minimal chance for much going on. Isolated showers, thunder showers developing into the afternoon. So by fireworks time, you're fine. And a lot of folks having afternoon, evening activities won't be impacted. But just keep your eye on the sky. Tomorrow, it's about the same thing. Isolated afternoon showers and storms, more numerous just off to the southeast. Our next round of more widespread precipitation is this frontal boundary back to the west. That'll cruise in. May not see much Thursday morning, but by Thursday afternoon, as that front gets closer, we should see the shower and storm chance on the rise. And our weather history as far as Independence Day is concerned, the warmest ever, 1 degree shy of 100 back in 2012, 50 degrees in 1968 for the coldest and the wettest, 1930s where we had 1.83 inches of rain. And for this year, it's just fairly typical 4th of July, summer weather, hot and humid, highs in the mid to upper 80s, that isolated shower and storm chance into the afternoon, and then by fireworks time this evening, upper 70s around 80 degrees, warm. Take the bug spray. It'll be muggy and probably buggy if you're sitting outside trying to watch the fireworks tonight. 60s and 70s now. It is muggy out there. The dew point's still in the 60s. I was hoping that would drop a little bit more, but it's held pretty steady. And we'll end up partly sunny with that isolated shower and storm chance this afternoon, but overall, pretty good looking day. Partly cloudy, warm, muggy overnight. Tomorrow is where the heat will peak. We'll likely hit right around 90 degrees, upper 80s, could see some low 90s Wednesday. We'll have that isolated shower and storm chance. And then Thursday into Friday, that's when the shower and storm chance ramps back up again. So we get that cold front sweeping in. Most likely see coverage later into the afternoon and overnight, Thursday night into Friday. The good news is we get a lot of that through here early in the weekend. So if you got to pick a day for the weekend, Saturday still looks to be it. We've been holding steady there with just a low-end chance for isolated showers and storms. But then the storm chance starts to ramp back up again. So it could be another one of those weekends where we're bookended by storm chances and hopefully have some time to catch a break right in the middle of it.
All righty, Tom, thanks so very much. It is 6:14. Time now for a check of your top stories this morning. Well, as you can see, severe weather is threatening to upend 4th of July plans for millions of Americans. Thunderstorms could bring damaging winds and large hail to the central and northern plains. Also, record-breaking heat is expected to scorch parts of the Pacific Northwest. Forecasters say places in Oregon and California could see triple-digit temperatures. Well, President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden will celebrate Independence Day with a special event on the White House South Lawn. Military and veteran families will be there. The event will feature fireworks and performances from military bands and a few Grammy-winning artists like Babyface. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has a special request on this Independence Day. He's calling on President Joe Biden to invite Ukraine to join NATO. He says an invitation would be a big motivator for Ukrainian soldiers. The request comes amid heavy fighting in the eastern part of that country. Well, the stock market closed today in observance of Independence Day, but here's a look at yesterday's closing price of stocks with ties to Central Kentucky. Local stocks that we follow ended the day mixed. This is LEX 18 News at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
More furniture, more style, more inventory, and more savings. That's what you're going to find at the Burke Furniture 4th of July sale. Featuring 4th of July discounts on sofas, sectionals, entertainment centers, recliners, bedrooms, dining rooms, and more. And right now is a great time to buy a new mattress with huge savings throughout our sleep center. Plus 0% financing is available. So get your home ready for summer at the Burke Furniture 4th of July sale.
When you drive a Ford F-150, you get more than just good looks. You get more truck. With more power and smart technology, more toughness and creature comforts, more performance, durability, and capability. And right now, you also get more savings. Hurry in today to get a 2023 F-150 with $3,900 for $60 plus a grand low APR cash from your local Ford store. For there's always more in store.
Before and bath fitter. Before and bath fitter. If you have a before bath, now's the time to call Bath Fitter to get a beautiful after. With our unique tub over tub process, there's no mess or stress. Spend smart on a beautiful new bath done right. Backed by a lifetime warranty. Bath Fitter. It just fits. Call today for your free quote and receive no interest until 2028.
Sneezing, coughing, runny nose, watery eyes. Are these the house guests that just won't leave? It could be your air ducts. Over time, dirt, dust, and other debris can turn them into a breeding ground for allergens. Trust Coit to eliminate what's ailing your air ducts. Coit's technicians are specially trained and certified with the best guarantee in the business. Clean as new. That's the Coit commitment to you. Schedule your Coit cleaning today and get 30% off. Call 1-800-FOR-COIT.
What time is it? It is time
3:30.
for Give it up for Topher Grace and Kelsey Melanie.
Today at 2 on LEX 18. LEX 18 wishes you a safe 4th of July. You're watching LEX 18 News at Sunrise.
6/18, Election Day 2024 is more than 16 months away, but the next couple of months will be big ones in the race for the White House. In early primary and caucus states, candidates already on the ground shaking hands, holding rallies. Scripps News' Stephanie Liebergen is going in depth on what you can expect from the campaign trail in the coming months.
In many states across the country, it might not feel like the race for the White House is in full swing just yet. But in many early caucus and primary states like Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina, candidates are already on the ground, shaking hands and holding rallies. Election Day 2024 is more than 16 months away, but the next couple months will be big ones in the race for the White House.
Iowa's the place that we shape principled conservative leadership. Iowa's the place that shaped the standard bearer of this party.
Americans living in states like Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina are already getting inundated with ads and campaign stops. And with a dozen major GOP candidates in the race, could the field get any bigger? Well, yes, but time is running out.
You've really got to be in by the summer. We're kind of maybe another month or so, but you've got to get in there pretty early.
Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin and Florida Senator Rick Scott are both being talked about as potential late entrants to the race.
We've created 13 million new jobs since I became president.
On the Democratic side, President Joe Biden does have a few long-shot challengers. Author and 2020 candidate Marianne Williamson is running again, and Robert Kennedy Jr. has also declared his candidacy. The big date to look out for, August 23rd. That's when Republican presidential candidates are meeting in Milwaukee for their first debate. To be eligible, candidates must meet polling and fundraising minimums, as well as pledge to support whoever ends up being the party's nominee. And that last part could mean the frontrunner, former President Donald Trump, does not participate.
There is some piece of the Republican Party looking for a non-Trump candidate. And so I think a debate without Trump will still be significant.
Despite the declared challengers to the sitting president, the Democratic National Committee says it has no plans to host any primary debates. And finally, after the 2020 election broke campaign spending records, will we see sky-high spending again this time around? It's certainly possible.
Every 4 years, they do whatever is new and they do whatever they've done before. So you never lose stuff, right? You never stop doing television and only do social media. You never stop doing radio. You never stop doing a rally. You do all the stuff that you possibly can.
Early data shows 2024 presidential hopefuls are outspending candidates from 4 years ago. The good news, if you don't live in an early primary state, you'll probably be spared the political ads until next year. And if you're not in a battleground state, experts still think you could see a lot of political spending in key Senate and congressional races across the country. Stephanie Liebergen, Scripps News, Washington.
6:21 coming up, we're going to take a look at some Hollywood headlines where music legend Dolly Parton is talking about how she wants her legacy to live on. Plus, Barbie director Greta Gerwig is putting her name on a new project. See what movie she'll be directing soon. That's straight ahead. But first, here's a quick check of those lottery jackpots. Tonight's Kentucky Mega Millions jackpot, $400 million. And tomorrow's Kentucky Powerball jackpot, $546 million. For the last time, you got to play to win. We're back in 2.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Barn-dominiums are America's hottest new form of home building. Whether you're looking to build a beautiful barn-dominium home, an equestrian or simple barn, a new garage, or a gathering place for family recreation, CKR Pole Buildings and Barns can make your dreams a reality. Call us and talk to one of our building specialists. Our custom buildings are constructed by Amish craftsmen. We never compromise on quality because your building is our building. Call today for a free estimate or visit kypolebuildings.com.
Absolute Services, plumbing commercial, take one.
Here's the thing about plumbing. When I was a boy...
And cut. See, when I was a boy isn't even in the script.
I thought I'd start with a little backstory.
We have 30 seconds.
People need to know why we're recommending
30 very short seconds.
If we can't tell people that our process means taking the time to do things absolutely right, then why not just go straight to the jingle?
We take care of your home, absolutely.
Take a break from home ownership burden and have more freedom to do the things you love. Now is the best time to make the switch to Sayre Christian Village. We are dedicated to providing you with an all-inclusive independent lifestyle, complete with the care you'll have when needed. Enjoy chef-prepared meals, large common spaces, endless social support, and some of the largest two-bedroom floor plans in the area that make downsizing easy. Contact us today for a limited-time move-in special. Sayre Christian Village, a great place to call home.
6:24. Here's what's happening today. Netflix appears to be tapping Greta Gerwig to direct at least 2 films in its upcoming Narnia franchise. That's according to The Hollywood Reporter and The New Yorker. The children's novels by C.S. Lewis have been drawing in young readers for decades with characters like Aslan, Peter, and Lucy. Film version dates back to at least the 70s, and The Hollywood Reporter says Netflix now has the rights to the stories. And now with Gerwig, it's attaching a rising co-star to the project. Analysts say her new Barbie movie is poised for box office success, and she already has a Best Director nomination for Lady Bird. When it comes to holograms, it's hard no for Dolly Parton. During a press event for her upcoming album Rockstar, the legendary country singer was asked about the idea of a digital hologram being used in her place after she passes away. Well, the 77-year-old reportedly said the body of work she already has here on Earth will suffice. In recent years, holograms have been used in performances featuring iconic artists like the late Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, and Tupac Shakur. The first, though, was Nat Cole and Natalie Cole in their performance together of Unforgettable. Well, if you're looking for something to watch before the fireworks start tonight, David Daniel has a couple of options in today's Hollywood Minute.
The real villain is still out there, and I do need help.
And then, who do you want to kill first?
What?
Look, I can help you, but promise me you won't freak out.
Why would I trust you?
Promise!
I promise!
Even when you see the horn?
Horn?
Promise!
I promise, I will not freak. Oh.
This is the part where you run.
Chloe Grace Moretz voices the title role of Nimona, a shape-shifting teenager who teams with a knight framed for a tragic crime.
You know, this is for anyone that's ever felt other than, anyone that's ever felt ostracized by society or like they didn't fit in. And, you know, Nimona stands for who she is. And, you know, she says it so many times in the project, you know, who are you? What are you? And she just is Nimona.
Nimona, based on the graphic novel, is now streaming on Netflix.
Not only did women say, that's the man I want to marry, many men said, that's the man I'd like to be. He had more than one world. He had the studio world. He had this gay world.
If the truth had come out, that would have been the end of his career. It's as simple as that.
Rock Hudson was the biggest star in Hollywood, with a personal life manufactured and managed by the studios, which hid his homosexuality, until he became the first major Hollywood star to die of AIDS. His life and legacy are examined in the documentary Rock Hudson, All That Heaven Allowed, now available on HBO and Max. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
627, the highest temperature we've seen on the 4th in Lexington, 99 degrees. Will it get that hot today? Straight ahead, Tom's back with a check of your 4th of July forecast. Our final half hour of this morning's LEX 18 News at Sunrise begins after the break.
Dee, it's hard to believe we're coming to the end of this road together, one that began about 20-some years ago. There are some years where we got to work together. There were quite a few years where our schedules flipped and we were on the opposite sides of the clock. Regardless, though, it was always a treat and a delight to see you, knowing that you are truly just the consummate professional, always a great, great person to work with, easy to talk to on the air.
The WNBA is on Ion. Friday nights, we shine a light on the brightest stars in the game. Bullseye, baby. This week, the reigning champs travel to Dallas for a crucial conference showdown. Can Enrique and the Wings
always been one of the straight-up ballers in the W.
elevate over league MVP Asia Wilson?
She has been completely dominant.
And the high-flying Aces. The Las Vegas Aces versus the Dallas Wings. Coverage starts Friday at 8. Check local listings for games in your area. Only on Ion.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with lots of top-rated 4s to shop, like 4 of my best-selling playgroup sectionals. Keep it fun and functional on my playbook, only $9.99. Or go with my highly rated Playscape for only $12.99. Don't forget my Playroom, also $12.99. Stretch out in style on my 4-piece playground, only $24.99. With financing options to fit your budget. You guessed it, 4 plans to choose from. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
I walked all day in my cowboy boots. The pain was so unbearable. Why not try the Good Feet store? I am so sold on these arch supports.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The Lexington Counterclocks are set for fun in their newly renovated stadium. Exciting baseball is just the beginning. Bring the whole family to Bark in the Park. Thirsty Thursdays, Saturday night fireworks, and much more. Tickets and a full schedule of events at LexingtonCounterclocks.com.
Save thousands at Aqua Living's huge Independence Day sale. Celebrate the 4th of July with a hot tub or swim spa that's made right here in the USA. Save up to 60% off. 14 models priced under $49.95. Check out the patented Tough Top cover with a lifetime warranty. Exercise or relax in a Catalina swim spa that can heat or chill the water. Bad credit, no problem. 100% in-house financing, no turn downs. That's Aqua Living's huge Independence Day sale. Going on now. For more info, go to shophottubs.com.
The Big Blue Nation's official station is LEX 18. Count on LEX 18 News.
Coming up, we get an update on last weekend's storms. They're still making an impact today in our community. Plus, a look at the obstacles travelers should expect when hitting the skies this 4th of July holiday. And speaking of America's birthday, we're live downtown Lexington with details on events happening in central Kentucky to celebrate this special holiday. Our 6:30 half hour of LEX 18 News at Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for waking up with us at 6:30. I'm Dia Davidson on this 4th of July, joined by meteorologist Tom Ackerman with a look at our forecast.
The final half an hour for Dia's ride here at LEX 18.
Can I show you real quickly? So the mayor yesterday, Mayor Linda Gordon, came by. She made yesterday Dia Davidson Day. So it's like day, Davidson Day, because Dia is like Spanish for day, so day. So it's 3 Ds. So
that was
it was really
very
cool.
nice.
I was really touched.
Do we light off fireworks too for that as well?
I don't know, but you know what? I should have taken it with me to dinner and said, "Can I get a free meal?" But I didn't do that. Of course, I didn't do that. But yeah, that was really special. It's just nice to know.
We've had a lot of nice memories from your time, and we'll continue to see those this morning. So congrats on that.
Yeah,
forecast-wise, we've got a very quiet 4th of July, the day after Dia Davidson Day, of course. Our Peppercast Distillery District live camera showing that we're in good shape. Now, the Max Track, if you look north and east, there's just a hint of activity. A couple of showers been cruising up along the border there, but overall, it's not really a factor for us. And as we get into the afternoon, we'll have just enough daytime heating, obviously with partly sunny skies and highs in the upper 80s, but just no significant trigger to get isolated showers, thunder showers going. So if you're planning anything, set anything up outdoors into the afternoon, that is a possibility. Most folks won't be impacted. And then later this evening for evening barbecues, or if you're waiting for fireworks, you should be in fine shape. It's going to be a warm and muggy early July day. Who would have guessed? 69 in Lexington now. The 3-day forecast shows that we'll be in the upper 80s, probably hitting near 90 tomorrow as well. And then here comes our next round of active weather. Showers, thunder showers, probably not until late Thursday. We'll get a look at the timing of that, see how it impacts the weekend, get a closer look at that 4th of July forecast as well.
All righty, Tom, thanks very much. It is 6:32. After Sunday's storm devastation caused widespread power failures, we've been keeping an eye on reported outages. So let's get an update from poweroutage.us. A significant improvement, as you can see, since we checked yesterday morning, but still they're reporting about 12,000 customers still without power in Kentucky, including 9,100 in Fayette County. Be sure to stay with us through the morning and the rest of the day, and we'll be sure to update you on those outages. Well, we're getting a new look as severe storms ripped through Lexington and other parts of central Kentucky on Sunday. Check out this dramatic video. It was taken by a resident on our city's south side as the storm rolled in. High wind, heavy rain pounded the neighborhood, knocking out power to about 20,000 homes. Falling trees took down nearly 24 power lines across the city. Firefighters also responded to several fires sparked by the storm. Homes and businesses in Anderson County are also cleaning up after the storms, after the National Weather Service confirmed yesterday an EF1 tornado actually touched down. It's the second time this year businesses in downtown Lawrenceburg dealing with storm damage. Part of roof and wall at Tastefully Delicious fell into the street, leaving a pile of bricks on the ground. The storefront also damaged.
I noticed my door was really lopsided. And I said, holy crow, And then I looked up, everything was pushed out.
Well, city officials say the Lawrenceburg water treatment plant also lost power. It's now back on, but anyone who did lose service will be under a boil water advisory for at least 24 hours. It is 6:34. 4 here on Sunrise. Just clicked over. It's Independence Day, and many Americans have faced obstacles getting to their holiday destinations, especially if they were flying those friendly skies. According to the Transportation Safety Administration, screened a record number of air travelers over the long holiday weekend, but there has been a lot of turbulence for passengers, both in the air and on the ground. And as aviation correspondent Pete Montine explains, there may be more ground stops and delays in the days ahead.
From severe weather to record-setting crowds, July 4th air travel is being put to the test. Friday, the Transportation Security Administration screened the most people at airports ever, 2.88 million, followed by 2.5 million people Saturday and again on Sunday.
There's always situations, but this one is like, I would have to say, it's one of the worst. It's been kind of a disaster.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg tells CNN that delays are down after last week when United Airlines canceled more than 3,000 flights and delayed another 8,000, more than any U.S. carrier.
We're watching more potential for severe weather. That's what touched off all of these problems about a week ago. Things look like they have quickly returned to normal for the system, and United also appears to have recovered.
In a new memo, United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby says he's had constructive conversations with Buttigieg and is committed to a partnership with the Federal Aviation Administration, which he initially blamed for delays. Kirby says United will also reassess its schedule at its massive hub in Newark, which even he shunned last week, admitting to and apologizing for flying on a private jet from nearby Teterboro.
This is not the week leading up to July 4th that the airlines were hoping for.
For now, the Federal Aviation Administration is tracking even more severe weather, warning of ground stops for flights bound to more than a dozen airports on the East Coast.
But I think that your odds are a lot better of an on-time arrival this week than they were last week.
The next test when travelers begin making the return trip after the holiday. Right now, the TSA is on pace to meet its forecast of screening 17 million people at airports nationwide through July 5th.
Pete Montine reporting. Well, it's 6:36. Today is a day steeped in tradition and celebrations, not just for Lexington, but our entire country. There are so many different ways for you to celebrate the 4th of July right here at home. LEX 18's Evan Leake joins us now live from downtown Lexington with a look at what's happening later today.
Dia, good morning. There is a lot set to go on today, especially in Lexington to kick things off. Behind me, we are right at the starting line of the Bluegrass 10,000. That's taking place just off of North Main Street and Limestone, and kind of the unofficial kickoff of the actual 4th of July festivities. But the party for Independence Day has been going on for a few days, at least in Lexington. So let's kind of break down everything that we have going on today. Like I mentioned, Bluegrass 10,000 going to be happening around 7:25 this morning. We're right at the starting line. There'll be a fun run as well for some younger kids. That's going to be at 8:25, 8:30-ish. Then at 10 a.m., we'll have the 4th of July celebration at the Courthouse Plaza and Fifth Third Pavilion. Live music, food, all of that jazz. It's going to be a good time. Then at noon, the Lexington Parade is going to be making its way through downtown. And, of course, culminates with the fireworks show. That's at 10 o'clock tonight in Lexington at Main Street and Oliver Lewis Way. Of course, Lexingtonians aren't the only ones having fun with this. We've got celebrations across our area. We have the Buffalo Trace 5K race. That's going to be in Frankfort at 8 o'clock this morning at Buffalo Trace's Distillery campus. Georgetown's 4th of July parade starts at 11 a.m. with the theme being Dreams Come True in the red, white, and blue. The holiday celebrations in Richmond start at 5 p.m. today at Lake Reba Park, with fireworks happening at 10 o'clock tonight. There are also going to be fireworks shows in Frankfort and Nicholasville, both of those lighting up the sky at 9:30 p.m. So much going on, so much to be excited for the 4th of July. You can find all the details on most of these events on our website right now, lex18.com. So we're getting you prepared for what's going to be a long but fun day celebrating the red, white, and blue. Live in downtown Lexington, Evan Leake, LEX 18 News.
All right, Evan, thanks so very much. It's 6:38. Fireworks sales are expected to reach record levels this holiday season. But safety experts urge caution as the explosive devices can be extremely dangerous, even deadly. Consumer Product Safety Commission is saying that many of those hurt by fireworks in the months and days around July 4th last year were children. If you plan, though, to set off your own fireworks, experts say to first make sure that they're legal in your area. Also, keep a bucket of water water or hose handy just in case of a fire. That have been fully ignited, and never use fireworks when under the influence. Experts say the safest way to enjoy the fireworks is to leave them to the professionals. Consumer Product Safety Commission also saying beware of illegal fireworks. Agency says last year about 43% of fireworks tested by their researchers were found to contain illegal parts, which of course could severely injure you. Wallet Hub has compiled some numbers and figured out Americans plan to spend about $9.5 billion in food alone for the 4th of July celebration. Some of that's going to go to the 150 million hot dog eating people. Another $3 billion is going to go to beer and wine, and $6.5 billion to American flags. Americans are going to drop another $2.7 billion on fireworks. Bills from emergency room visits for firework mishaps were not taken into consideration. It's 6:40 here on LEX 18 News at Sunrise.
Yeah, and if you weren't aware of it, it's Dia Davidson's last day here at LEX 18 after a long run, a very successful run. We're sad to see her go, but excited about where she's headed.
Yeah.
And we've been looking back on clips of some way back in the day clips, and as well as some farewell messages from coworkers. I think we have another one.
My friend Dia, I mean, LEX 18 and the city of Lexington owes you such a great debt of gratitude for all that you have meant to this community, to this station, the stories that you have done, the eyes you have opened. This community has just really counted on you now for more than 2 decades. These are shoes. You leave behind shoes that will never be filled. Thank you so much for being a great friend to me.
Believe in hope, in willpower, in work, in seeking, in screening, in knowing, in treating, in dedication, determination, and we're getting through this, whatever it takes, in bravery, in breakthroughs, in beating the odds. Believe in a cancer-free future for all of Kentucky. Believe in Markey.
The new Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel and Allison 10-speed. Up to 36,000 pounds of max towing. And up to 14 available camera views. Silverado HD. Own work, own play, own the HD life. The 2024 Silverado HD starting at $45,295. See your Kentucky Select Chevy dealers.
I'm Justin Peterson. It's extremely hard to see our loved ones suffer at the hands of nursing homes. Signs of nursing home abuse and neglect include bed sores, infection, malnutrition. If you see any of these signs, don't wait to call. Kentucky, call me.
Have you heard about the new tax credits for energy-efficient home improvements? Northern Windows, Doors, and More will install your new windows and doors at a low price, show you how to get money back on your taxes, and help you start saving monthly on your utility bills. At Northern Windows, Doors, and More, it's all about your home.
If you're ready to start your home improvement projects or need to consolidate debt, Members Heritage Credit Union wants to help. With our home equity loans, we make it easy for you to access cash right away to start your projects. For more information, go to mhcu.org.
You want clarity in healthcare, and for medical imaging, you want a clear idea of your cost. Bluegrass Regional Imaging can save you hundreds compared to local hospitals with no surprises. For CT and PET CT scans, contact Bluegrass Regional Imaging, your clear choice in imaging.
LEX 18 wishes you a safe 4th of July.
Oh, it's 6:43. A famous contest is taking shape in the Big Apple. Contestants for Nathan's famous 4th of July International Hot Dog Eating Contest gathered for this year's weigh-in yesterday ahead of today's big competition. The annual Independence Day event is going to bring some of the biggest names in competitive eating to the same table, including Joey Chestnut, the contest's top male champion of all times. He will join others in gorging on as many hot dogs as they could eat for 10 minutes. It's all for the honor of Nathan's first place prize featuring a mustard bedazzled belt, $10,000, the title of hot dog eating champion, and indigestion to last for days.
Yeah, seriously. Every time I see these stories, I don't think about the day of the contest. I think about what it's like for them the next day,
or
dealing
even just
with the
hours
aftermath.
later. And then they're drinking water and they're doing the bun too. Yeah.
God love them.
Yeah.
Well, forecast-wise, it's 4th of July, and we've got a pretty quiet setup for you coming up, which is good because we've been rocking and rolling lately in the weather department, and that has since simmered down. So yesterday was nice. Today, much the same. We've got partly sunny skies out there, a couple of different vantage points, and there have been a couple of showers cruising right along the state border up with Ohio there, past Maysville, and you could see isolated showers, even a stray thunder shower developing into the afternoon today. A pretty slim chance. Updates, you heard Dia talking about it. We've got a couple of confirmed tornadoes now from Sunday's storms. In EF1 in Anderson County, touched down just northeast of Anderson City, and then lifted west of Lawrenceburg there. It was on the ground for 3.3 miles, 100-mile-per-hour winds, and then a very brief EF1 with 105-mile-per-hour winds is only on the ground just over a tenth of a mile in Casey County there, west of Beach Bottom. So on top of all that, we have, of course, straight-line wind damage, and we had a whole lot of rain. Over 3 days, we had over 5 inches of rain, and there were folks that had more than that. I had a couple of reports via social media of some viewers that had said they had 6-7 inches of rain. So think about that, a half a foot in a weekend. That's pretty much what we've seen in an entire month. I showed you, just for comparison, our normal monthly rainfall totals. June, 4.96. July. For the entire month, we usually get 5 inches of rain. So that was a month's worth of rain in a weekend. That's a drought killer more than likely as well. I mean, we're already heading in that direction, but that's really going to help stick a fork in it. So the drought update will come out Thursday, and that'll be included. The data cutoff's Tuesday. Here you go. Isolated showers, thunder showers out there today. Keep an eye out for that. By fireworks time this evening, shouldn't have any problems. Even if we have that isolated shower storm pop up into the afternoon, should diminish, especially once the sun sets. And then the same thing tomorrow. Isolated showers, thunder showers around. Here comes the cold front that'll be the main driver behind the change going into the weekend. That will bring a more widespread chance for showers and storms, probably, though, not until late Thursday. So there's the warmest, coldest, wettest Independence Day on the books as far as Lexington's concerned. We're not going to do any of those. This is going to be a pretty typical run-of-the-mill 4th of July for us. Hot and muggy, highs in the mid to upper 80s, the humidity up there, isolated showers and storms by fireworks time this evening, upper 70s around 80 and humid, and, just a July day and July evening. It's 70 now in Lexington, so we really haven't even cooled off much overnight, and dew points are still firmly in the 60s, so it's still muggy out there. And keep an eye out for those isolated showers and storms if you're going to be out and about later on today. Remember, our normal high is 87, so we're pretty much right in the wheelhouse for this time of the year. As far as the temperatures go, the conditions are concerned. Partly cloudy, warm, and muggy overnight, upper 60s for the low, and your 8-day forecast has a couple of things going on. First, some consistency. I mean, we're going to drop a little bit temperature-wise as we see that rising shower and storm chance, so we'll go below normal, but not by much. Highs still in the 80s all the way through the weekend. In addition to that, after a couple of days off, a few if you consider yesterday as well, although we had some scattered showers mainly out east, we'll see a rising chance for showers and storms. A lot of that coming in late Thursday overnight into Friday as a cold front pushes east. I'm hoping, and it's held since yesterday and the day before, that we'll still catch that break Saturday before another round moves in late in the weekend, so you could very well have a weekend on the way that's bookended by chances for active weather.
Tomorrow on Today, K-pop sensation Twice. The global supergroup will keep you dancing all day long. It's the City Concert Series. Tomorrow, only on Today.
Thank you. The Sonic 2 for $7 deal lets you choose from a Sonic cheeseburger, chicken sandwich, and 6-piece Mont Sticks. Any combination you want. It's like your birthday, but without that weird email from your dentist. Sonic 2 for $7 deal.
Sarah noticed that her window was in disrepair, so she did what other generations did before her. She called Pella and got the full service, delivery, removal, and installation all included. Call Pella now.
Briarfest is back at the Kentucky Horse Park, July 14th through 16th, and you can participate from anywhere online, too. This year, we're celebrating the majesty of the carriage horse. Come out to the Kentucky Horse Park and meet celebrity horses, paint Briar models, and more. A free limited edition Briar's included with every all-access ticket. If you can't make it to Kentucky, join us online for guest interviews and exciting equine entertainment. Briarfest 2023 in person or online. Tickets on sale now at briarhorses.com.
Things are pretty busy here at Furniture World Superstore. In fact, they're busier than bees, moving out a swarm of floor samples out of their showroom. So buzz in and buzz out with one honey of a deal and let your interest fly away for 2 years at Furniture World Superstore.
COPD is harder on the folks around you, I think. It affects my wife terribly. And she smoked, and she quit. And if you ask her why she quit, she'll say because she needs to be here to take care of me. So, sorry.
The people you love are worth quitting for. You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
When you look back on this day, you might remember the heat wave or the strawberry shortcake slush float with crunchy sugar crystals. Greg, however, will never forget the homemade water slide incident. $2.99 strawberry shortcake snowball slush float. Sonic.
Gates Ford Lincoln on the bypass in Richmond.
Start your morning laughing with Kincaid and Dallas on K92.9. You're watching LEX 18 News at Sunrise.
Welcome back to Sunrise. As you know, Dee and I have held down the fort here on Sunrise for many years, and we had a special surprise for you yesterday here in the studio. We're going to take a look at that, and then we want to hear from you as well. So you can say farewell to LEX 18.
Okay. Now, therefore, I, Linda Gorton, Mayor of Lexington, do hereby declare July 3rd, 2023 Dia Davidson Day. Thank you and congratulations. Yes.
I was not expecting that one.
Yeah, that was a surprise, but a pleasant one for sure. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. But you know, this is the end of one chapter, but the beginning of another. I'm so excited to be joining Fayette County Public Schools as their Chief Public Engagement Officer. So if you see it, hear it, touch it, feel it, read it, one of the departments that I'm going to have the pleasure of managing has created it. So I'm still in service to our community and still going strong. So just send up good prayers for me, good vibes, and I'll see you when I see you. It is 6:51 here on LEX 18 News at Sunrise.
I wanted to say something as well. Okay. We've had a long road together, and I've really enjoyed my time with you. But the one thing that I've always admired about Dia has been her commitment to family. She is, and it just shines through with her. Rainey's been hanging out in the background for the last couple of days. We had that video of her when she was just born. And Dia is constantly calling home, checking on him, and your love and your
this is my little 13-year-old
dedication to your family just shines through, and that's something I've always admired.
Because at the end of the day, you know it. With
that's
your
true.
This is all that matters.
It's all about family. And she's still awake.
I know, because yesterday she wasn't awake.
She's been taking some cat naps.
You know, I came to Lexington with my mother and my grandmother, and lost my grandmother back in 2012. And but I'm so blessed. I'm married. My love, Raymond, had Raina, and now you see my new boss, Dr. Demetrius Liggins there. Who would have thunk it when I did that, you know, and I'm so excited. I'm going to still be teaching at the University of Kentucky, so kids get ready there in August for more on diversity and broadcasting. It looks like we got 4, 3, 2. Have a groovy day, everybody. Happy 4th.
From being in active addiction for 25 years, I had very low self-worth and was hopeless when I came to Jinky's Journey.
I
was in active addiction for over 21 years, and thanks to Lynn's legacy, I've been sober for 3.5 years now.
I was in active addiction for 10 years, and I know if I can get sober, anybody can get sober.
I was in active addiction for 25 years, and Lynn's legacy helped me find sobriety.
They loved me until I could love myself.
Whatever we do together. P-Rats. I got your back. Shop the best selection of Sealy and pressure-relieving Tempur-Pedic with layers of life-changing sleep, software you want it, and firmware you need it. And with up to 6 years special financing and free express delivery, your best sleep begins for around $1 a night. Bigger selection, better financing, free faster delivery. Your Tempur-Pedic and Sealy headquarters. Nobody beats P-Rats.
I got your back.
Here's a simple truth about higher education. If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
Hi, Shane Huffman with the Neil Huffman Automotive Group, where currently we have hundreds of pre-owned vehicles, all aggressively priced, coming with our 3-year certified maintenance. You can visit us today at neilhuffman.com. Huffman has it.
Your AC system needs maintenance, just like your car. Don't wait for it to break. Call Georgetown Advantage Air and save money with a service plan. We keep your home cool for a lot less than the other guys. Call top-rated Georgetown Advantage Air. We will impress you.
They still have me for 4 more minutes. So it's 6:55, time for LEX 18 on the go. A woman has been taken to the hospital after getting shot in Lexington. Police responded just after 1:30 this morning to Georgetown Road near Ironworks Pike for a report of a shooting victim. When officers arrived, they found a woman who was suffering from that gunshot wound. Officials say she's expected to survive. Well, police in Philadelphia investigating the nation's latest mass shooting. Authorities say a gunman shot at and killed 4 people and injured 2 children. Suspect was wearing a bulletproof vest as he shot randomly at people with an AR-15 style rifle. Officers arrested the shooter after he surrendered in an alley. Police say he had multiple magazines, a handgun, even a police scanner. Well, just days after the U.S. Supreme Court ended affirmative action at colleges and universities for their college admissions, a new lawsuit taking aim at another controversial practice at universities. A civil rights legal group is suing to end legacy admissions at Harvard University. The complaint argues the system discriminates against people of color by giving an unfair boost to white children of alumni. The lawsuit claims the practice violates the Civil Rights Act. Well, the company owns the Kentucky Derby says their 2-year ban on trainer Bob Baffert is being extended through the end of 2024. Baffert's initial probation from races at tracks run by Churchill Downs, Inc. was set to end this month, but the company says Baffert has continued to show disregard for rules, regulations, safety, integrity, and fairness of horse racing. Now we're going to wrap up Sunrise after this quick break.
Make the show because people like you.
It was like magic watching you. What's he gonna do? I
don't know. Farmers markets are more than just local food. They're where farmers' spirits are renewed. Proof that season after season, the planting and feeding all had a reason. Through the wind and the rain, the heat and the sun, nothing stops the work from getting done. Making the harvesting worth the wait to bring the freshest foods to your plate. So come, join your farmers in the crowd at a farmer's market and celebrate Kentucky proud.
At Batteries Plus, we bring power to your life. From the first cast to the last catch, Batteries Plus has what it takes to power your passion.
6:58 LEX 18 traffic tracker as you head out the door. This is East Main at South Lime. As you can see, folks are getting ready to celebrate the 4th of July. We're crash and delay free. Tom, how about a final check of our forecast?
Well, your forecast is pretty good today. We're watching for isolated showers and storms this afternoon. That's really about it. It's a pretty typical July day with highs in the mid to upper 80s for the 4th. By later on this evening for fireworks, shouldn't be any issues. It's warm and muggy. Next chance for active weather showers and storms Thursday into Friday. So we still have a couple of more days off. And check out this slab of sugar.
I know. My little girl can't wait to dig in. Tom, I can't believe, though, that it was, gosh, not quite 20 years, I guess,
over 20,
when I welcomed you. Mm-hmm. And now you're saying...
Yeah, and the irony of it, all of this is I got this job because of you. And now
we had
you're leaving this
station.
job because we worked at the same station in South Carolina.
Well,
so
it's not television, it's Wellovision.
That's true. Long history. So.
For sure. And that, you know what? That tells us that it's never goodbye. It's just until we see each other
that's true.
again.
Who knows? And congratulations on your next move. Very excited for you.
Very much. Thank you all for all the years of support and patience with me through the years. Have a groovy day.
LEX 18, streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device.
You're welcome here at Emmanuel Baptist Church. Join us on Sunday mornings at one of our 3 campus locations. Find out more at ibc.family.
At California Closets, we believe every space deserves a custom solution.
From the consultation to the final installation, every detail was buttoned up and very professional.
That's what we call practical magic. Request a free design consultation.
Thank you, Davidson, for 22 years at LEX 18.